All right, we're going to start over from the top. This time, a little less disrespectful. All right, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You said a little less disrespectful.
I don't even know what that means.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Straight Talk No Chase. We are back in the building.
Act like we never left.
Not our building, but a building nonetheless.
Ayo Live.
You in rich black country, as I like to call it.
Wakanda.
Things.
So,
Chicken is plentiful.
and so is the watermelon.
Streets are paved.
Seeded watermelon, though. Seeded watermelon.
Organic watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
They have a Wegmans around here.
Oh, yeah. And like real grape soda.
Yeah. They have I heard they had a band at their Wegmans. That's real rich black stuff.
See, I gave up my goddamn charger for this disrespect.
But anyway, we've got
Not disrespect. You guys have moved on up.
right, we've got the Beads and Butter podcast here. I was about to say Beads and Woo again.
Why is my piece so forgettable?
We got
You're his sister.
I am your sister.
Exactly
What the fuck?
That's exactly why.
we have Miss Woomy. Do you have a nickname that you want to be referred to? We just call you Woomy. Woo. We have Woo here.
Woo, woo, woo.
And we have the Zen Fairy.
The Zen.
I'm Zenbei.
That's the Zen,
Zen
master.
Bay. Okay.
Used to be the Zen master.
Yep.
That's a masculine term.
Wow.
We also have Mr. Cosby Digital in the building
What's up, y'all?
with these interesting shades on. Are those shades?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
He just mad. He loses shades on every vacation.
I found them.
You found them?
I
Where
found
were they?
them. I don't want to say, but I found them.
Amongst your unmentionables? These are Dior, actually. Relax.
All right, cool. All right, man.
That's on brand for Cosby.
That's some hoe shit, but anyway. These are Dior, by the way. I had to give you that.
Don't just hold it like that.
What have we gotten into?
Let's get this show started. Oh, sorry.
Some bullshit.
So one
And
thing
we
we
had
did.
wine before we started. I don't know.
Where's the bottle?
Good luck, everyone.
Hey, well, look here. Shout out to.
She just finished one.
Shout out to.
Hey.
I'm almost done with mine.
Ordenado
Also,
Tradicional. I brought this bottle back from Tulum.
I've
We had
got
a
this
great
water.
Tulum vacation recently. Went out there for my birthday. Linked up.
Happy
Trip Simpson out there. Thank you. Look, this drink got the worm in and everything. 36 years old, high value man. That's what we do. We go on vacations.
go on
Buy
vacation
expensive-
and you buy
Buy expensive tequila.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Amongst other things.
Yeah, amongst other things.
Buy expensive
Yeah,
tequila.
Cohen is a very fancy nigga. I did enjoy traveling with him. I did.
So look, what we do at the beginning of the show, just to kind of break the ice, we let everyone, especially newcomers, say who they are, say what they do, and just let us know how your week went. We're gonna start with Woo.
Okay, well, hello everyone. First, I want to thank you all for having me, or maybe thank you for having me.
I don't know.
We'll see how it goes. I am Woo of Beads by Woo.
Okay.
I make beaded body jewelry. I make bracelets, waist beads, just about anything else
Okay.
that you need.
For is this for men, women? What is this
It's
for?
for everyone.
So you make men's stuff too.
I do
What do you make for men?
bracelets.
And is that the extent of what you make for men?
Is there something that you're looking? To
I'm just
have made?
asking.
Well, I'm not gonna speak on what I think.
I
he's
take
interested
custom
in.
orders. So
Okay.
if
So
you have,
you're willing to beat anything.
Do they go anywhere and do anything?
I adorn the body in beads.
Adorn.
Adorn.
Cosby, what? Can I get a definition for that?
Let's go with the Miguel definition of adorn.
He says that I think about Miguel's
go
song
to Miguel.
every time.
To place it anywhere you want to place it.
I hear that.
And she's also the answer to the scale.
Excuse me.
Can you tell them about that a little bit? You want me to do it? Or what do you want to do?
Please.
All right. So the other thing that makes what
That had
sets-
no context.
what sets
She has the floor. You
these
know.
by Woo apart is you can use your waist beads to measure your weight loss or gain. So it's not like as aggressive as getting the numbers from the scale. Beads just kind of
Women always want the easy way out.
They just no, just shut the fuck up. No.
Men are like, yo, just give me the truth. Just step on the scale.
No, I think, but
It's not-
but I
y'all
think,
step
but
on the scale.
culturally,
Don't.
That's
Y'all
what
think y'all
but
just
that-
great all the time.
but that's important. Culturally, that was like, you know, one of the most important things about waist beads, that you are able to monitor, you know what I'm saying, how you're getting bigger and smaller. And, you know, it gives you a natural way of doing that. Like, I can appreciate that.
A natural,
Of course you
beautiful, non-offensive. It's a reminder.
So scales are offensive now.
Yes.
Modern women, I tell you.
All right.
Humans, have you ever seen my 600-pound life? The dudes be just as scared to get on that scale. 'Cause they know what Dr. Now is going to say to them.
He was talking about getting a BBL, so don't even worry about
Oh,
that.
yeah. You know what? He got that energy. He has that energy. If you look at tonight's fashion, he's got that energy.
He was like, you know, I want to have one of those Tulum bodies next time we go out there.
Wait a
He was like, what does that mean? He's like, you know, really super fit. I was like, what you gonna do? I'll get the surgery.
I know y'all don't believe that. Zen Bay, what do you got going on?
Everything.
Tell us
Everything?
about your business.
My business is Zen in a Jar, and we're flourishing right now. If you walk by anybody definitely in the DC area, and they smell amazing, chances are
Actually,
it's me.
tonight I have a mixture of the cocktail and lobster spray.
Lobster?
What is it? No. What is it? Cocktails and what?
You took April shit.
The shit smells good.
That ain't sick.
But I mix it. But I mix
Cocktails
it.
and lobster tails.
Yeah.
So he wears
We went on the
feminine.
boat last
Hit
year.
the button on him. He's stealing his wife's perfume.
No, but it's
He
unisex.
don't have socks
it's unisex.
on. What's
Is it
going
not-
on here?
Is it not unisex?
It's not unisex.
Is it not unisex?
Why? Can I say niggas on here?
You can say whatever you want to
Why
say.
do niggas always assume that whatever the woman has on her vanity is for you as well?
Look,
Only-
I mixed the cocktail and lobster tail with Chanel Blue, and it smells amazing.
That's
Of
right.
course it does.
You felt it was okay to mix something that said cocktails and lobster tails?
What's wrong with
I
that?
only called it that because we got on the boat and we had fancy drinks and we had.
It was a
the
girl. It was a
Masons.
girl's trip, wasn't it?
No, it was when
Yeah,
we.
it was.
Oh,
You didn't do anything because your plane was late. So we
It was
didn't
a
do
girl.
the love
It was a
boat.
girl's trip.
It was definitely a
Cocktails
girl's trip.
and. Do you drink cocktails or do you drink Macallan Straight?
Drink my shit straight.
Yeah.
Look like a cocktail drinking ass nigga to you.
You wear the scent.
Well, after a certain
Drinking
amount
out of
of
a cup
time,
that says it's the cocktail for me.
This ain't my house.
that's right. And if niggas is in my house drinking alcohol, they drink it out of Chrissy's glasses.
As long as it's a fucking glass, I'm gonna use it.
Don't forget it.
Just don't hand me a plastic cup. I don't care what it says.
So when you throwing your next cocktail hour?
Wow.
You like the scent, you like the glasses. You're in a fucking roll.
Cosby, what do you got going on this week? So we can get into this goddamn show. Sorry, son of a bitch.
Apparently not as much as you got going on. It's the cocktails and lobster tails.
The shit smells good.
This is shit. I'm sorry, I just gotta say this. Like, ever since Desi was growing up, he would just take our shit. And it's crazy
You know why?
that he would just take April's
Because-
shit.
Because they have access to things that smell good,
Yep.
look good, feel good, and they're like, well, it's already here. I might.
First of all, it's my motherfucking house. I can take whatever the hell I want.
That was a gift to April.
You gave us a bag full of shit. I had shit in there too.
Did she give it to us or did she give it to
It was
April?
April.
Damn, son. You piggyback
April
the
is
gift.
just kind to you.
So
Kind
you
my
just
ass.
out here piggybacking other people's gifts.
She
that's
takes,
He
she
always-
takes my
he
shit all the
used to
time.
take our
I
socks.
don't-
He would take our deodorant and shit. Like this
Especially
is the shit
deodorant.
It was.
Strong enough for a man. That's all I cared about. Well, shit is strong enough for a man. It's strong enough for a man. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'm not gonna act too good. I do the same shit to my husband. So.
Everybody knows.
Cosby, what you got going on, man? Oh, by the way, happy birthday to the birthday bitch. This nigga been celebrating his birthday for a whole month like
I almost started clapping.
a 38-year-old woman.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Look, we had a show the other day. I'm like, yo, what's up? Oh, somebody take me to the game for my birthday. I'm like, this nigga.
Wait, did he do his hands like
He
that?
did. He did.
On the phone? How you it's on the phone? Hey, look, I can't help if I'm well loved amongst my
Come on,
family,
talk your shit.
friends, and community.
That's right.
You know, people want to celebrate me.
I wish I had the birthday bitch
You know what I'm saying?
One time for the birthday bitch. Like when we was in Tulum for
We did it
mom's
for mom,
birthday.
Play that for your mama?
We were at Bach.
Club did.
We were at Bach.
Oh, yeah, Bach goes up.
Kids were in there. They was looking all around.
Desi's face the whole time was just. As soon as one time for the birthday bitch ended, WAP came on.
Yeah.
What did your mom do?
She was chilling.
I thought that story was about to go
Hell,
left.
she didn't have to pay the goddamn bill.
I mean she's How was she?
April's mom was like, wow, you can hear every lyric so clearly through these speakers. I was like, I'm looking at my phone, man. I can't. It's too much.
What were the husbands doing? Like, yeah, baby, we out of town.
Wait, was your only husband?
No.
We went in July.
Mr.
Oh no,
Nelson
wait,
was there.
Al was there.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
The husband's in the background, like, yeah, boo.
Yeah, he was chilling in the cut.
They act different when they out of town. Anyway, yeah, I did celebrate my birthday this month, Virgo season. We actually had a great trip out to Tulum. Did
Yes,
some
sir.
business, got some good things done. Had a good time. Just back working on the business. Signed a couple new clients. Shout out to Divine Purpose Podcast. Shout out to Student Watchers. Shout out to. Damn, I forgot these other ones.
Okay.
We doing good work though.
Okay, Trump.
No, I'm saying okay, like the gunshots.
Yeah, we
like
doing good
we
work,
had
though.
air horns.
Yeah, we doing
Cosby
good work.
Digital.
So just grinding. That's what I'm doing.
That's what's up. So look, let's get into this first topic of the night. So the other day, I thought of this great topic for a show. We actually did a show. Shout out to Kirk Keys.
Shout out to Kirk Keys.
He was a little under the weather, but we still did the show. However, we didn't have any women, so I didn't really feel too comfortable with the conversation, even though I had a great time talking shit like I do. But I really wanted some women to be involved in this conversation, and what better women than the Beads and Butter podcast?
That is like a modern woman term.
Oh yeah. If nothing says modern women like Beads and Butter.
I question.
You're welcome.
Yes. Okay. So before we get into the topic, you have a question.
Yeah, because I want to know what is your definition of modern woman?
So it's a combination of two words: the word modern and the word woman. When you combine those two, you have the modern woman, as opposed to.
Come on, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm not gonna be able to do this. Come on, I can't.
Cole, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I just want to be official here. Could you get the Webster's or even the Wikipedia definition of the word modern?
Even Wikipedia? No, let's just go straight
I
to
want
Kevin
to
Sanders.
No.
What your definition?
No.
Of
My
modern
definition
woman
is what the word is. Modern women. Please, can you read off what the word modern
It
means?
doesn't define anything.
Definitions don't define things.
No, you didn't provide one. Is what I'm saying.
I'm asking the man to read the definition off.
Let's just wing it. Modern, in terms means up to date, new, current,
Not like the past.
not like the past.
Okay, we can stop right there. That's the definition of modern. Now, honestly, in 2021, the word women,
I don't know.
you don't know. But typically, like,
Female XY chromosome woman, you socialize
the up-to-date
as a
woman. The woman,
Yeah,
the
the
woman
modern
of
woman.
times of the present. Modern woman.
So I think let's frame the conversation in terms of the modern woman, what we're talking about, right? It's modern versus traditional. Our definition, well, I'll speak for myself. I won't speak. My definition of traditional woman would be the black woman in America up until about 1979, 1980.
Depends on the age, but okay.
Yeah. So, and that'll be like the threshold, right? It's pre-internet, pre-social media, pre-Reaganomics, a push pre-feminism, right? You have a traditional woman pre those things, especially from a man's perspective, right?
That's important from a man's perspective.
It's definitely important because
Okay.
this conversation is based upon what a man thinks and what a woman thinks. Ultimately, that's what we're talking about.
What you think a woman thinks, because you're speaking from a male perspective, so you can speak from a male perspective.
Well, I'll say this.
I think he was just saying that the conversation is going to be what men think
I don't have
and
to
what
say
women
shit
think.
tonight.
and what women
When we
think,
got this.
right? So
I don't know. I don't believe those
I
red
didn't
glasses.
say my interpretation of what you think or what you said is literally going to be what you think and what you say.
That's right. Point your finger at her. What's she going to do?
When you said
Yeah.
you said from a man's perspective and a woman's perspective, but you can't speak from a woman's perspective. That's all I'm saying.
Why you think you here?
But I was saying that what? Never mind.
Fix the mic up to you, closer to you.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That was like the what do you call it? the prelogue or the monologue.
Right.
Okay.
Like why we had to make sure we have women on the conversation because I can't speak for you. So
Right. That's all he's saying.
All
See,
right.
that's what a modern woman does. They attack a situation that
Okay,
doesn't
so
need
what
to
I'm
be
gathering,
attacked.
Wumi, is Cohen is not as sweet
As you
when the show starts.
No, it's okay because I just want.
Hold on, but hold on,
I
see?
was just asking for clarification.
But that,
I'm just listening to Cohen.
but this is no because she
Kitchen Cohen.
She no, she came
Kitchen
with the
Cohen.
jab.
Cohen
She
was
was like,
different.
how you gonna speak for that?
Okay.
I'm not trying to speak for you.
What it sounded like. The reason why I said that is because what you said sounded like you were speaking from both perspectives.
No,
So that's the only reason why I wanted to clarify.
no, that's why
I wasn't trying to
we-
put words in your mouth.
Here at Straight Talk Chase, we are fair and balanced. That's why we had to bring you on the show for you to have your own perspective, not us try to speak for you.
Do you feel like they haven't seen their show?
I don't know how to work this.
Just
That's
bring
what
it
she
closer
said.
to
That's
you.
what she said.
There you go.
Okay.
So let's get into the question that I posed. I said, why is it, and I didn't even say modern women, I said black women. I said, why is it that black women are the most quote unquote, and I did that for a reason, educated but also the most alone? And is there a correlation? I think I want to start this off with the Zen Bay.
Zen master.
What are your thoughts on just that question? Because it wasn't a statement, it was a question.
Okay. I think because first of all, is the music going to be in the background the whole time?
Oh, yes. That's what we do here.
You can take your headphones off, it throws you off.
Nope. I'm going to roll with what young people are doing
I just
online.
moved the one over a little bit.
Oh, you know what? That makes it.
Now you see why I don't wear headphones.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's probably kind of loud too, because he can't hear it. You know, his profession has ruined his eardrums
It has.
and everything. So to him, he's like, "What are you talking about?" Shit's it's probably maxed out volume.
It's so hard to follow the conversation with this music in my
Yeah,
ear.
because you don't like double conversation.
I can't handle it.
Turn the damn music down.
It's down.
Okay. Well, I took one off and
See
I
my,
can
see my
navigate.
headphones at.
So, what was the question again?
Oh, my God.
No, just tell me what the question
Okay.
was again.
Why are black women
The most educated.
the most quote unquote educated, but also the most alone?
Okay.
And is there a correlation?
Okay. Yes, there's a correlation. First of all, let's get into why you said quotes on most educated. What the fuck was that?
Well, because that's a popular, I'm going to use one of his words, trope. It's a
I don't say
popular-
trope.
You say trope all the time, nigga. That's your favorite word.
No,
It's your favorite motherfucking word.
it's not.
Trope. Right?
Juxtaposition is my
Because
favorite word. Yeah.
I guess that degree was worth something at TSU.
Not no more. That motherfucker got depreciation.
So, okay. So the reason why I put a quote unquote on educated is because I think that's a misinterpretation of most enrolled. And most enrolled hasn't translated into more wealth, and it hasn't translated into a better lifestyle. It's just translated into more
Okay,
debt.
I agree. I agree with that because I think that just looking at my own circle, being degreed doesn't mean shit. But having your shit together as far as whatever your respective walk in life is,
It means everything.
that's what means. Yeah, it really does. But I would say these women, educated or degreed or not educated or not, you have enough common sense and
So
self-awareness.
are we switching it to? Are we taking it? Are we taking the?
I'm taking educated and I'm just saying.
We're just gonna go. I'll go degree. That's fine.
No, I'm just saying it really doesn't matter. I want to say enlightened to a certain degree.
Enlightened.
Yeah. So you know your worth and you're flourishing out here. Can that just be the standard of what you're talking about? Like most of the motherfuckers out here who are
That's
making their own
tough.
money.
That's a real. I mean, go ahead and finish your point. But
Right, so you're independently wealthy. You're independently successful, right? Whether you have a degree or you don't, you figured shit out and you're out here handling your business. Why are they the most alone?
I'm sorry. Before we go forward, what does alone mean?
without a man.
Not married.
So single as in not
Keisha
married.
Cole. Sad
what-
and lonely. I remember.
Why do you guys? Why do you guys think you're so great that if
I
we
don't think I'm so great.
we don't have you
jumping.
that we're sad?
We're jumping.
Okay, I'm sorry. It just
Yeah, you're
Triggered
jumping.
me, 'cause you
So
can have a
I
great
want to
life.
understand what. So single just means unmarried. Does single? So single doesn't mean cohabitating.
What?
For the purpose of this conversation,
that's what
single
I'm
means
asking.
unmarried.
Unmarried.
Single means unmarried. Okay, good.
Okay.
So we can move forward.
So I would say that the unmarried women in my circles of influence, in my orbit, who have their shit together in all areas of their lives, they don't settle. You've been mistreated or disrespected in some way. You're like, oh, okay, well, this relationship isn't going to work. I'm not going to just rock with this so I can just say I'm married to somebody. That's the bottom line.
So
That's
this is the
what I was
case
saying
with
the other day.
this is the case with all these women.
Not all of them. I can't speak for everybody.
Because I mean,
All I can speak for is my orbit.
I can say this. From what I notice, is that and this is just not the case with black women. It's the case with a lot of women in America or Western society. I think that they're being sold a bill of goods that they need to go out and master all these things, right? To try to compete with men, right? Which is fine if that's what you want to do. But you got to understand.
Who's competing with men?
Hold on. The consequences of a world like that, at the end of the day, aren't going to give you the ideal situation relationship-wise.
Can you just expound on what you mean by like competing with men?
Now, I know you guys are sensible women, logical women. So I know you don't necessarily think the way a lot of these women think, but you have a lot of these women who are, speaking hypothetically, she graduates from Howard. She's making $100,000 a year. She's maybe $50,000 in debt with student loans, but she can still go to brunch in Cancun twice a year, right?
Okay.
She's trying to figure out why she can't find a man who doesn't want to go half on the bills with her, right? She can't figure out why all the men who are in a bracket a little higher than her don't necessarily check for her. I find that a lot, and because you say you don't want you don't they don't want to settle, right? That's what she said. They don't want to settle, right? So let me backtrack. What is settling?
When I speak from my perspective on what I observe in my orbit.
Okay,
I'm being
now,
very intentional.
Can I stop you real quick? I just want to put something in perspective, right? No. I don't want to. I'm going to let you finish. But one thing that we try to
still stopping me.
Just hear me out. One thing that we try to do here.
This is a high value man.
One thing that we try to do here is keep things general, because when we reduce things to our own anecdotal situations, we don't get anywhere because we're not speaking about the general public. But go ahead.
I don't like to speak in generalizations because I can't make a blanket statement.
So how do we help anyone?
About everyone. I can only speak about.
But that's tough though.
What I engage in.
Because you have a specific set of circumstances, like where we're recording, the type of women you're around. That's not the norm. That's probably like the top 1 to 3% of black women in the country.
No, I'm around everybody.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go bullshit.
I don't know. I don't know about that
hang
either.
around you.
And guess what? You're not. You're not around everybody.
We vacated. Look, no.
You're friendly. You're friendly-ish to almost everyone, but you aren't.
She's talking to me like we on vacation together. The fact that I say we vacation together puts you in.
Look, I ain't been on vacation.
Puts you in a whole other category. So the things you say don't necessarily apply to fly over America. We got to realize we're recording right now in Prince George's County, the richest black county and the richest collection of black people in the world. Literally right where we are. So your perspective on a woman being able to venture out and take care of herself or do all these things on her own is skewed. Like, you can fund your own pension, your own lifestyle. But the chick working at AutoZone, Chick-fil-A with 2 kids, what you're saying is not realistic to her just from a practical economic situation. Like, if she's single at 60 years old, she's depending on Social Security. You're not worried about Social Security. So that's something that we got to keep in context with this conversation. While we make jokes and make fun, we are the exception to the rule. We are not the rule. Nobody sitting in here is the rule. That's
the only thing I wanted to say. Like when I speak, like, I'm not necessarily talking about myself personally, but because I don't want to keep it anecdotal, because that doesn't do anything for anyone. I mean, I don't think anybody at this table lives the average life. Not to brag or be an asshole.
I love that you keep saying anecdotal. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
he's spotting it up, ain't he?
But what I'm saying is, I just don't want to reduce it to that. Like, I want to.
I understand. I just don't like to speak about things outside of what I know.
But that's
you know a lot.
That's slightly
You're a doctor.
It's slightly disingenuous because you're a person with empathy and understanding, so you can empathize with the chick that work at the dollar store. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you don't understand her situation. Like, you know how much money it take to live in the city.
And I know even the chick that works at the dollar store, for example, if she's got a certain level of self-awareness and self-confidence, she's not going to settle for being treated crazy. And that was like the origin of the discussion was like, why are they alone? I think that women are coming into a place of enlightenment where you don't have to be mistreated.
But okay.
Like we're starting to shed the whole stigma of, oh, you shouldn't be alone.
It's not about.
But you shouldn't be alone. Human beings are not meant to be that way.
We're not meant to be alone.
Okay.
You were in my fucking status talking about you still need a man to kill spiders. Like I can't.
You do.
Okay, so-
I can't
so
talk
You're
about
scared to
this.
death of everything.
Okay, gentlemen.
Hence, she has a husband, just for the record.
She doesn't have a husband because she's afraid of insects.
I don't really believe that, but okay.
I would
That's definitely part of the deal.
reckon that's about 7% of the deal.
It's a significant chunk.
I'm gonna give it 7%. He can kill shit. He can kill everything.
Listen to the music again.
He can kill every rodent, the thing that's around
Fuck
here.
a rodent.
Yeah.
What if an intruder comes in the house?
He's ready.
I'm just saying.
What's happening? So
What's happening?
So
She's like, damn, I need a man. What if someone comes in my house?
so
I'm gonna look at him through these red glasses.
what I want,
First of all, don't fuck with Wumi because
I love those glasses though. I love
No, they are dope. They are
we
fly.
can
That is
fuck
fire.
up everybody in this house.
It's fire.
I don't know. My bonus daughter is trained in Taekwondo, but I think you can fuck up everybody else in this house.
so okay. What I want to say is, I do believe that everyone wants companionship. I feel like everyone wants a partner. I don't feel like people are going to accept any partner.
Yeah.
So I don't think the idea of partnership means to exclude the little things that make life good. Right? So not everyone is going to deal with someone who cheats just because they have a warm body in the bed. Not everyone is going to deal with someone who talks down on them and demeans them to have someone in their house going half on the rent.
You off that?
So, partnership, the idea of partnership does not exclude personality traits.
So, okay. So why aren't black women getting these men who don't do that?
Because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think, first of all, I think it doesn't have to be, everything doesn't have to be on the timeline. So
It doesn't.
No,
I
it
mean,
doesn't.
I mean, but we unconsciously
But that-
all
that-
operate on timelines, and to
I would say
acknowledge
women
what
do
these-
even more.
What these
You have a
timelines are
timeline.
is slightly disingenuous.
So okay. So listen.
I'm listening.
My opinion on this is, you can have a partner that meets your needs, but it doesn't mean that you're going to find this partner at 25. It doesn't mean that you're going to find this partner at 54. So finding the right partner for you doesn't have to be on the timeline. And it doesn't mean so there are definitely women who are looking for someone within a time range so they can have what they have made as their ideal situation. But ideal is just that, ideal. It's not real life. It's not 100% factual. And it doesn't mean that you have to just make someone fit into the spot to fit the timeline.
Hold on.
Yep.
let me-
Well, first of all, women. So let's put this in
I
perspective.
understand that women, as far as babies are concerned, are supposed to.
Not even that. Not even that. Like,
Okay.
do you need to be intentional once you decide that you want to be in relationship? Do you feel like you have to be intentional about that?
What do you mean?
Like, you decide, I want to have a husband, I want to have a family, I want to be in relationship with somebody. From my experience, relationships work when people decide to be intentional about being in a relationship.
So about the idea of a relationship, or
No,
about
just-
the idea of a relationship with one particular person?
No, just understanding that I'm in a point, especially like women, right? I think they have an idea like it's time to nest. Like, I'm ready to build a household, build a home. Men, on our perspective, it's like it's time to choose one. It's time to get out of the streets. It's time to settle down. It's a conscious choice. You have to make that conscious choice before these things can manifest themselves in your life. Because if you out here just willy-nilly, like, how is that dream man gonna walk into your life if you're not even putting out the energy that you want a relationship?
Especially if you're not conducting yourself in a way. Yes, I said conducting yourself.
But what does that mean?
So men look for certain traits in women, like, period. We do.
I don't disagree with that,
But here's the
traits
flip side
are
of it.
different for each person.
Here's the flip side, though. The trajectory that most the trajectory that most women are on these days, especially a lot of black women, because and I think a lot of it has to do with social engineering,
Culture.
right?
Culture.
Black women are bred. Hold on, black women are bred from the jump and fed every day. You got to be strong. You got to be this. You got to be independent. You got to be this. Most women aren't force fed that, and I'm not
other races.
Yeah.
Other races.
Other races, okay.
And of course, they have different circumstances than a lot of us,
Right.
right? But at the same
You're
time,
watching Kanan.
but at the same time, that's a whole nother story. First of all, it's make believe, but at the same
It's
time,
inspired by true events.
Yeah.
okay.
I don't even know the shot.
Please finish,
Just
please
because
finish your
your
statement. Please finish your
because
statement.
your mommy
so-
wasn't a drug dealer.
Please finish your statement.
So what I'm getting at is, ever since 1965, right? Once that year hit, they put black women on a whole different trajectory. When they introduced the welfare system, right? When they introduced the welfare system, right? When men were forced out of their homes for monetary reasons.
What? I didn't catch that. Can you just tell me more about it?
So in 1965, right? That's when the whole trajectory of black families just fell off. At that point, we were married at an 80% rate and divorced at like a 15% rate, something really low, right?
Okay, that was because of welfare. Because I feel like, didn't it just come up in a show or something?
Very likely.
Well, what you have to understand
Or
is
something was like, you can't stay. Oh, shit. You know what it was? It was the Wu-Tang show. You watch that?
no.
It aligns with what you're saying.
Okay, well, maybe I should watch it, but
Now that John dope.
I mean, I heard it was good. I see a lot of people
saw
talk
the
about
other
it.
day, and it
But-
was just like the mom or the auntie told Ghostface. Yes, it was Ghostface. You can't stay here. He went to Oklahoma or whatever the fuck with Riz's sister. This is really quick. Riz's sister. They're out there, and then like, oh, we all need to just rap together. So come back to New York, right? I'm paraphrasing. And so even the sister that is also Ghostface Baby's mom, she's like, hey, you need to go back and just help my brother. Like, y'all should rap. He's like, okay. He goes back to his house. He's got the two brothers with muscular dystrophy.
Dystrophy.
And the mom was like, oh, I'm so glad to see you back here, but you can't really stay here because I get this check based on like me being the only adult in the home. I can't have an adult male like over 18 in this house or whatever. And he was like, oh, it's kind of, fucked up, but all right, like I won't be here. But I see what you're saying. It aligns with that
Oh yeah, I mean,
as far as the welfare and the checks and all that.
and it not even just so much mother and son, like father and mother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it aligns.
Yeah, so I mean, from that point, that's where the families pretty much fell off, and now you're at the point where 80% of black households are led by women, which I'm not trying to shit
That
on.
number really
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You gotta just check with him because he loves numbers.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Blackdemographics.com.
that-
Blackdemographics.com. Check it out. It's a fact.
and it's
Is that a
not
viable site?
.org because I got concerns
Is that a
about a
viable
.com.
So
So let's put the conversation in perspective really quickly. Even if that 80% number is accurate, you can this is one of the times you can do a personal reference, right? Think about the 10 families you grew up with. How many of them were 2-parent households? And every black person I ask, it's normally 2 to 3 out of 10
that
right?
had.
that had 2 parents in their household.
Oh, I have a higher number. Than
Well,
that, but okay.
Your culture,
I'm,
your
I wasn't only raised around Africans.
Mexicans too, right?
Please.
But I would say But even so, is it half? Let's say if you knew 10 of your friends.
No, honestly, for me and most of the families that we grew up with, I would say I think there are only 2.
Where were you raised?
Hyattsville.
Okay.
For most of mine.
Shout out to Hyattsville. Whoop, whoop.
So we started in DC and then we moved to Hyattsville.
Well, I would consider you the outlier case. Like most black families, especially the 90s, 80s, late 80s, early 90s, they were single parent households. Grandma or mom by themselves were, raising children. And it's not just the welfare factor. There were like 3 factors. It was the war on drugs, mass incarceration, and that all hitting at one time that were removing the black male from the household. Okay. So, it's a system that was in place that put us in this position, but we still have to be accountable to recognize the system that we're in and how it messed us up, right? What's that quote Will Smith been pushing around for the last year or so? I
don't know what he's
talking about. It's your responsibility to heal yourself, even though somebody else hurt you, right?
As an adult,
yeah,
it's on you.
It's on you to fix things. It's on you to take accountability and heal yourself, right? And I fell in the black community, and just for the purpose of this conversation, black women are not willing to acknowledge, okay, we were hurt. The government hurt us. Is policy put in place that hurt us, but they aren't willing to acknowledge that we're hurt, and something needs to be done to fix where we are, because like it or not, we are lagging behind in
last place
in terms of us as families, like being together as families, men and women working together. It's people coming from worse circumstances immigrating here that are being married at a higher rate and creating families higher than us. So
are we doing an assessment of their happiness?
So it's not about that, though.
No, but it is.
No, it's not.
Always.
It's not. It's not. And I think that's the fallacy here, right? That's the fallacy here.
I'm not going to marry anybody I don't want to just to say I'm married.
So that means you don't give it. You don't care about your culture or your community. To be honest with you,
not more than I care about
we don't
myself.
have our generation right now. We don't have the luxury of that. We don't have the luxury.
I got the
But
luxury
I
of
think
it.
that we do. I think that we do.
I got the luxury.
And that's the
of letting
problem.
come home
The
to
men
nigga I
realize we don't see when you're losing, right? Think about it. There was a generation, our grandparents' generation, right? Coming out of the Great Depression. They didn't have the luxury of happiness, right? But they put it all on the line. Hold on, hear me out. They put it all on the line. They fought through the shit. They went through civil rights, Jim Crow, all that shit, through being unhappy, and got shit done. Only to hand it to the baby boomers so they can smoke it all away and tell all their kids bad advice. Right? So we're back to ground zero. To be honest with you, we are the generation who doesn't have the luxury of any of that.
So
the baby boomers had it.
So you don't feel like your personal happiness matters in your everyday life? Like you feel like you're supposed to be unhappy?
Let me take
it's not that. No. She asked me a question. I'm going to answer it. I'm going to answer it. Okay. Right? So I'm a happy person anyway, right? So to talk about me would do the rest of the world an injustice, right?
Bullshit.
But I also
Bullshit.
know. I also know things have to get done, right? So as a culture, we have to take a real assessment of our situation and realize where we're going wrong and how we're fucking up, right? Right now, we're just living like whatever. We can go out here, fuck, have kids, don't be married, kids growing up in broken ass homes, like it's all good. We don't have that luxury, and we can't. One thing that we're gonna have to do is not give that same bad advice to the next generation.
So you are saying that your happiness doesn't matter. That's what you're saying.
At the end of the day, no, it doesn't.
Let me take this one.
It doesn't.
Okay, let me hear what
Let me
Cohen
take this
has
one.
to say.
So, of course, everybody's individual happiness matters to them. They wake up today. You wake up in the morning. You're the most important person to you in this world, right? Everybody cares about how they feel.
I got kids,
right? But it becomes layers, right?
I want to get up early in the morning and take these motherfuckers
He has
to school.
kids, right? So he has to think about, all right, what type of world am I leaving to my sons and daughters? What type of world am I'm gonna end up in 50 years if I live that long, right? What type of world am I gonna end up in? And I find it, you know, like African culture, right? I admire some African cultures because of tradition. Like their traditions have steered you through adversity, through issues, because you have certain principles, right? Family, education, sticking together, like those principles that you aren't just, they aren't living willy-nilly. You're living by a set of principles, goals, and things that are pushing your culture forward and keeping your culture afloat in a certain way, right? And it has to be some cultural accountability. I can't live my life independent of you, no matter if I want to, right? If some dumb nigga go out here and shoot up something, right? We all get blamed for it, right? Accountability in the black community is higher than whether we want it to be or not. We're held to a higher standard. So if that's going to be the standard that we got to live under, we can't get from under it.
So where I have an issue with this is, I think that you're right. There has been like a cultural positioning where it's like, okay, you know, basically deal, right? Like deal with these things. But I feel like most of that has been placed on one side more than the other.
What side?
I feel like most women have had to deal with more, have had to shoulder more, or
What choices are these women making though?
what? Okay, so when you're talking, let's talk about.
I mean, like,
no, let's talk about the life
if
before.
it's on the women,
let
right?
me finish.
Okay.
So we're talking about the life. Let's say, because you said 1965, right? So let's use that year. So life before 1965, where there were more married couples, right, and families that grew up in one house, and there weren't a lot of single family homes, or women leading households, right? But what were these women? So the men were working and providing for the house, right? Women were home, taking care of children, raising the family in the house, right? But what was everybody feeling? What were they feeling? What were they going through? What were their thoughts? Were they able to express themselves, or did they have to just be
Express
quiet
yourself
and
about
deal?
what?
Niggas was in survival mode. And
Express
we're not
yourself.
there no more, man.
See, but-
Nobody's surviving. Like, we don't need
But
niggas
see,
to
that's the
survive.
problem, because we're so blind to the fact that we're losing. Like, do you understand that
What
most?
is this
Hold on.
contest?
Why is
Most-
it on the
it's
woman?
definitely a
that
contest.
there's- Why is it?
Do you
why is
understand
it
that
on the
all
women that they're
credible
losing?
economists,
I don't understand.
all credible economists predict by the year 2053 that black people in America will be worth $0 by 2053. That's 2 generations away. We don't have time for this bullshit.
Okay,
We don't have
but
time
what
for it.
What is the bullshit? So the bullshit is, okay, don't live to your highest potential.
It's not about you.
Don't live to your highest potential because you need to be paired up with someone.
Right.
So hold on. So
I'm
hold
trying
on.
to
Let's
understand.
let's address that, right?
I'm trying to understand what's being
so, and we can, and this is an example of we can use your circle, right? You got a lot of high value women that are
If there's a thing.
super entrepreneurial minded. They're living to what their potentials are, right?
Okay.
And they're married.
Okay.
So those things that you're saying are not mutually exclusive. But
That's-
hold on, let
that's
me
my
finish.
whole point, though.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
We are not speaking the same language on this.
Okay,
one.
go ahead.
So there's still certain elements to understanding what's your role. Even if you're a bomb ass business owner, you still have a role within your household that you need to take care of for you to be together, for you
With
to
someone else,
raise
right.
a successful family, for you to progress as a people. There's still roles that need to be playing. What we're saying is some modern women are trying to disassociate all of the roles.
But then that's
but
not a
but
case
hold
of
on,
modern
no.
women.
But hold
that's
on,
a
no,
case
no, no.
of each person, because like you just
Individual.
said,
But
there
what
are
it-
modern women, the people that you call modern women, who are married.
But we're speaking statistically.
So
we
it's
are
like, so
we
which
are
one-
married.
That's
we are
only
married-
20. That's
Hold
only
on.
20% of black women.
Statistically, our marriage rate is dropping at an alarming rate. It's not going higher, it's going lower. So we're addressing why is that happening. All of these other cultures
Quality
through
of male partners.
Yeah, went through the same evolution of lifestyle, right? Women coming out of the house, especially when the war happened, right? You got to put it in context. World War I, World War II, Vietnam, when all the men were going off to war, women came
Shout out
out
to
of
a league of their own.
Women came out of the household to start working in factories, working factory jobs, working at the rise of retail. Women came out of the household to work retail. So, but all of these cultures experienced this same modernization of lifestyle, but their marriage rate did not change.
Okay.
Some are married higher. So we can't look at, it's just a change of lifestyle. No, it's something intrinsically wrong with our culture that's perpetuating us to be separate as opposed to being together.
Do y'all
That's
feel like
that's
do
what
y'all feel like-
what we're
do
talking
you feel like
what
that's
we're
because
talking
of
about.
black women?
Right with our
Yes.
culture.
You feel like so?
Yes.
So you feel like
It's intrinsically right with our culture.
So you feel like black women are the reason that we aren't all married?
I feel like black
Spoiler alert, it's
I-
because niggas are trash
I
and
feel like-
everybody's tired.
I feel like black women have to take accountability on their role in the situation.
Okay, so
That's what I feel.
So
I feel
is
like
there-
men. You gotta realize, black men are
Men
the
are held
most.
accountable-
We
men
are
are held
the
accountable
most
through the fabric of
accountable,
society.
held individual
how are you
that exists
held
in.
accountable in your relationship.
Show me the fabric.
Number one, child
It's fucking
support.
wood. It's grass.
Say what?
Society.
Men are automatically held accountable. Period. Women are not. You can make all the bad choices and decisions you want, and the government will still pay you. I got a question for y'all. If there was no such thing as welfare, right, at all, right, and there were still all these single mother households, where would they be?
Because all things equal, you
Where
both
would you
have-
be?
You both
Where-
lay down and have sex.
Where
You
would
both-
black women be without welfare?
Oh my God, are you?
I'm just asking.
That's a very disrespectful question.
It's a
Yeah,
real
like,
question.
what? No.
That's a very disrespectful
No.
question, and you know that.
So
What I'm
it's-
asking you is-
but it's
what I'm asking
but
you
you
is-
gotta realize what it is in context, right? Women in society have a social safety net, to where as though you can
You can't sit up here and say black men are trash.
You
When
have
the government
you
gonna
have
give
the
it, the
ability
government's going to take care of you.
Hold on.
Like
So,
they have women's
what you're saying-
shelters,
hold on,
women
no,
in
no,
child shelters,
Hold on.
wealth. Like
Wait.
a woman in
Okay,
society.
I'm going to
can be
take
taken
what you're
care
saying.
of.
I'm going to take what you're saying, and let's roll with that, right? Why is there a safety net for women?
Good question.
I mean, women are.
Why? You're so
considered
strong and
cultural.
powerful. Should there be one?
No.
Think about the answer.
If there's the
Be
whole
honest with
welfare, the whole
yourselves.
welfare system, let's just assume that the whole welfare system was created to make a cushion for black women specifically.
It wasn't, though.
I said let's assume. That's we're
He
going.
doesn't listen.
I don't agree
He's
with
always
that.
been that
No,
way.
I don't agree with it either. I'm saying let's just go off of that assumption that the whole welfare system was created for black women to provide a cushion for them, to help them, right? Why?
How does it help you when you don't even have
I said
She
why.
said why?
I mean, because the black community in general is the most economically castrated community in
Why?
America
Why?
because of policy.
What is it about what are black women doing, or what were black women doing that the government decided they needed some help?
Well, first of all,
What were they dealing with?
we're assuming some shit that's not true. So
I mean, have
Can
we
we-
not been assuming that for the whole time? The whole time that we've been recording here? My point, what I'm trying to get at that you don't seem to want to respond to is, if black women are being cushioned or were being cushioned, it's because they had children that they couldn't care for, right? But where did these children come from? Did they have children by themselves? Were they Jesus babies? Were there a bunch of Jesus babies?
okay,
Definitely.
Or was it? Or were black men with them and
So-
then
so let
and
me
then
answer the
had
question.
children and then
Let me answer
they
the
weren't
question.
around? So then they said, "Hey, well, let's do something for these women who don't
they were
have help."
incentivized by the government not to keep. Do you understand? If you're on welfare, you
So the
cannot
government
have.
just said, "Hey, everybody, we haven't noticed any trends or anything, but we've just decided that if you don't have a man in your house and you have children, that we're going to give you money." So they were like, "Oh, This is what I'm about to do.
So
Are you kidding?
But
It's
do you
all
understand
shade?
there were men in
hold
the
on,
house?
so-
There
so
were
hold
men
on.
in the house. Hold on now. Fuck that. There were men in the house.
So no trans.
There were men in the house prior to this legislation at an 80% rate. Black women were married.
Yeah.
Right?
You love the term 80%. I have got to.
But it's true.
Let me give her the salute. Let
But
me
look,
give you. Let me give
welfare
you the,
comes out and it drops down to 20%.
let me give you the answer to it, and that's part of
That-
the answer. That's part of the answer.
Nothing
But
wrong. Nothing to see here, right?
If
So-
as a business person, right? You understand, like, as entrepreneurs, we're problem solvers, right? If you create the problem, you can most definitely create the solution. So if you create the policy that removes the men, of course you can have the solution. Oh, all the men are gone? Oh, I have a solution for you. But we took them in. We drafted them to a racist war. We enacted racist drug laws. We enacted racist housing policies. So we removed the men. Of course, we have the solution. Oh, it's a bunch of unmarried single mothers. Oh, golly gee, how'd they get here? Because we made them. So, golly gee, we got the solution for you. And guess what? We can keep this
Move your feet up.
but we can keep this a permanent. We can create a permanent underclass and a permanent mentality through this policy by incentivizing this to stay in place. So the government made the issue and gave you the solution. That's how it ended.
and
They
you
knew it was
really
a trend
believe-
because they created the trend.
And you really believe that black women are like, oh yeah, this is it. This
Hey,
is the move. This
that's
is the
the-
move for me.
That's what happened.
But I didn't. So hold on. So what I said was
That's actually what happened, though.
I said, and I think we differ in opinion slightly on this. I'm saying the government caused this issue. They wanted to break up the black family because coming out of the civil rights movement after World War II, we started ascending into the middle class. And once you come out of struggle, you start to look at your community. You start to look at where you lie politically. What's really going on once you come out of that struggle mode? They're like, oh shit, these niggas voting, these niggas standing up for their rights. They're doing it. How do we subvert this thing that's going on? Right? And it was subverted. That the plan was sinister, the plan worked. Now, what we're saying right now that you know what the plan was,
You have to go against it.
you have to take stock in where am I? Where am I actually? Where's my community actually? And if we can't acknowledge how we were taken advantage of, how can we fix it? If a woman can't take accountability based upon the choices they made, even though it was a messed up choice, like it was like a rock hard place, choices were still made. But right now, this generation doesn't have to continue in the same choices because they're not bound by the same things. But if they continue the same mentality from the women who were bound by them circumstances, teaching them to get it by all means necessary, get it on your own, INDPENT, all of these things that are being pushed on the black woman right now, there can never be accountability.
So I don't know that this is an actual fair equivalency, and I say that because, okay, so there was the idea of the let's say the welfare woman, right, or the welfare mom, right, but now we're speaking about women now. Many of us are on welfare, are not on welfare, right?
Yeah.
So we are able to sustain ourselves through our employment, whether it's entrepreneurship or a government job or whatever it may be, right? So it's not the same level of cushioning.
Okay.
So now the issue is not, I don't feel like the issue is I don't want a man in my home, or I want to be by myself. I don't think that's what is the focus. The focus is
Well, here's the thing.
I want someone who is going to work with me.
Value.
So here's the
I
thing.
want someone who is not going to stifle me.
Here's the thing. The mentality is already there, though. Even though a lot of these women aren't on welfare, the mentality's there, right?
But can you speak to what I said?
That's what I'm speaking to.
Okay.
The answer to what you're saying is the mentality is still there. The same.
That's not the mentality, though.
No.
What I'm saying. If
Think
I'm
about how
saying
many
that,
women.
yes, I want
How many
somebody
women do
here,
you know out
but
here?
I don't want somebody
How
who's
many
gonna
women out
cuss me
here do you
every
know
day.
that purposely got pregnant, right, by a nigga that didn't want no motherfucking kid?
What does purposely got pregnant? What does purposely got pregnant mean?
There's 30 different forms of birth control for women. There's only one for men.
There are multiple for men.
No.
I'm very embarrassed.
The only one for men is a
Vasectomy
condom.
and condoms.
Vasectomy is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is. It is. I gotta chop my dick up.
Is your penis being chopped up?
In some cases, it has been. But here's the thing. I
Yes,
gotta.
in some cases. Come on in some cases. Yes, guys.
You got.
Yes.
Listen.
This is your
A lot of
problem.
women take the idea.
grew up together.
A lot of women take the ideology of
I can't.
children before being married. They don't even hold being
they-
a wife in the same
Are
regard
they
as
doing
being a
this by
mother.
themselves?
So
Are they getting
They're
pregnant
not-
by
oh, no,
themselves?
hold up, no.
Because you talking about some get pregnant on purpose. Excuse me, purposely get pregnant.
There are
How-
30
how do you
different
do that? How do you
forms.
do that?
So here's the thing.
Oh,
It's your
so-
body, your choice, right?
so-
You know your goddamn body. You know your body. I'm a man. You're letting me go into you raw. We both know. Hold up. Listen to me.
You let me do it, so you got to deal with it on
Hold
your
up.
own.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's not what I'm
let me
saying.
do it.
You let me do it.
You knew I didn't have the strength to pull out. Why'd you trap me like that?
Are you gonna listen to me?
You know I think vasectomies are dumb.
Are you gonna listen to me? Are you gonna listen to me?
I'm listening.
No.
Continue.
You control. Let's break this down to the simplest form.
Yes, God. Let's go.
When it comes-
got her drinking Macallan now.
Oh shit! I didn't know Rumi was a real nigga like that.
Oh,
First
yeah.
of all, don't play with me.
Yeah.
So listen, let's break this down to the simplest form. When it comes to relationships between men and women, it's really simple. Women have their sector, we have ours. Women control sex, who gets to fuck, and who gets to be born. That's what you control. Men control who gets to be in a committed relationship and ultimately who gets married. That's what we control, right? You guys have completely lost control of who gets to be born.
How?
You completely lost control.
How?
You completely because
No,
you,
explain.
because you don't take into consideration. Wait a minute. Okay, if I let
Conversation's
this
going off the rails.
if I let this guy go in me without a condom, there's a possibility I could get pregnant. Right? He's not committed to me. I'm not committed to him. Right? You let him do it anyway. Right? So when it comes to abortion, is your body, your choice. But
So
when
are
it
you
comes
saying
to
that before that everyone has a choice? That's what you're saying?
when it comes to contraceptives, though,
Before that everyone
oh
has
nigga,
a
you shouldn't have
choice?
busted me raw.
Before that
And
everyone
now,
has a
but hold
choice?
up, here's the consequences. That because guess
He's
what?
not answering.
Oh,
Pri-
he's not going to.
Prior to 1965, this wasn't happening
1965 boy. I know because mainly because no one.
because women were having sex with people that committed to them, not just any and everybody.
Wait a minute.
Desno, we have to pause. This is.
I mean, the
mean,
results
I don't
speak for
think-
themselves.
Hold on, so
The
he-
results speak for
He
themselves.
said in kind of a crude, unusual way, but
The
what he's
results speak
saying,
for themselves.
It has some truth to it in terms of you got to look at when the sexual revolution happened, right? When you actually look at that, free love, free things, that has an effect on how we interact with each other.
You have driven the
Culturally-
price of pussy to the ground.
Culturally and sexually, how we interact with each other. Our culture became more freer, right? And there's consequences to that. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but it's still consequences to it.
I'll give you a good example. Listen to the Shy Lights music, right? They really appreciated the fact that they were in a relationship with this woman. When the woman left, they were sick. Like, it was like, yo,
They
man,
fucked up.
hold up. It was, the songs were like, baby, I love you. Like, now, let's look at the Shy Lights and let's look at Trey Songz. I got two bitches, but my best. Like, y'all, like, the pussy ain't worth shit no more. Now we gotta fuck you and your best friend because you just letting it go down.
So
Bobby Womack
that's the
said,
woman's
if you
fault.
think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl.
So it's not.
But did you hear how hard he was singing?
Now,
He wanted her to
You know, I
believe
was
it.
thinking about this the other day. I was like, really, we don't have.
to the
So
night.
you know how we had
Yeah.
Jodeci growing up. Jodeci.
Them
like,
niggas even depreciated pussy somewhat. But you could
Definitely-
tell the price was
definitely
going
they
down. But then by the
Also-
time Trey Songz and Chris Brown
They
came
brought
out,
it down by $1,000
They
bucks.
depreciate it though.
I'm like,
How come nobody ever talks about
No,
when niggas depreciate?
because they don't want to focus on that.
It
And
happens
that's
at
what
like
that's what it sounds
37.
So hold
I'll tell you
on,
what.
hold
I'll
on,
tell you
hold
what. I'll tell you what. Pregnancy and sex is depreciated, but marriage is still worth more
To who?
because it's rarer.
To why is it who is it worth more
So
to?
why
I
this?
don't- I don't know.
Hold on.
I tell you who it's worth more to. I tell you who it's worth more to.
And that's the honest
Everybody
conversation we
except
need to
black
have.
women.
Why this conversation?
It's worth more to everybody except black
why-
women until
why
they're
this
50
conversation is
and they realize,
important
damn, I wasted my fucking youth.
Why this conversation is important? Because men have been held accountable culturally for the brokenness of the black family. When it comes down
have a
to it,
question. I have a
like
point.
in the media, you know what I'm saying? It's
We're constantly bashed.
Fatherless households, men not taking responsibility. Men need to step up. Woo! It's like I as a 36-year-old black man with no kids, I've lived it. It's
I get it.
It's
My
a
hand
shock.
is up.
Hold on,
James
no. Let
Nelson
me
has changed the narrative for y'all.
let me get
Okay,
hold
well,
on.
just
Let me
keep in
get
mind that my hand is up.
yeah, let me
Go
get
ahead.
my
His Black
thing.
Fathers
Let me
Matter.
get my thing off. So we've been constantly held. We've been held accountable.
He said, let me
Right.
get my thing off.
The criminal justice system, the court system will hold us accountable. Culturally, we'll be held accountable. Like the black male is the poster child for the fatherless household, even though
It's not true.
it's not statistically true, we are not the poster child. But society and culture puts us as the poster child. So we are held accountable. And if we're going to make some inroads into this to change us culturally, men and women, we have to have some accountability on both sides. And what I'm seeing in popular culture right now, there's a narrative, there is not accountability on both sides. There's a woman, there are women who think they can make every decision, every choice, and still deserve a man that has made smart decisions. A man who's made it to, let's say, who's my age, who has, the resources that he wants, doesn't have kids, doesn't have baby mama drama, has made smart decisions. They think they can make all the decisions they want in their 20s, early 30s, and they deserve that man. Meanwhile, that man is not checking for them. And they're saying, oh, it ain't no good men out here. No, there's plenty of good men. That man just not checking for you. He don't even see you because of the choices you made. Not because you're intrinsically a bad person or you don't deserve love. You don't deserve the things that make you happy.
You're just not on the radar.
You just don't deserve it with him
Okay.
because you didn't make the same choices that he made.
Okay. So I want to go back to I think you both have said at some point this evening.
You see how respectful she sounds? This ain't her in real life.
No, this is her in real life.
So both of you have said that
I'm mad I got rid of the Hoochie Mama button. Hoochie Mama, Hoochie Mama. I would have pressed it.
Like, get your thought. Like,
That's a-
this
that-
the Trip Simpson filibuster.
Oh, yeah.
Don't fall for it.
Not even
no,
Homie's
both
personality
of you
type.
have said that
traditional princess of Allah.
oh my God. Okay.
She joined in.
I'm not saying he should have killed her,
Switching sides every
but I understand.
No. I'm just saying, like, I respect what you're about to say.
So
You don't deserve a hoochie mama button. I'm gonna stand up for that.
Thank you. So, what his okay, shit, okay. So you've said that women control sex and
Childbirth.
childbirth,
born.
right? And men control relationships and marriage.
No, they control access to relationships
Access to
and
relationships
access to
and
marriage.
access
We
to
don't
marriage.
control marriage.
Okay, so is it that y'all maybe black men stopped asking women to marry them?
Look at what we have to ask from.
Look at what we have to marry.
Oh my God!
Look at what we have to marry.
Is this not a mirror session? You guys aren't looking in the mirror? Did anybody look in the mirror before they came on this podcast? I'm talking to Cohen and Desi.
Oh, yeah, I look in the mirror every day.
Listen.
Come on, talk your shit.
I love Cohen so much.
First of all, I'm asking him to change his ways.
I'm talking to the man in the mirror.
The man in the mirror.
So, so this goes back to the question of accountability, and it also goes back to the mentality of the women that are out here right now. And like I said, culturally, we got to pay attention to not just the outliers. Like I said, the women that's sitting in this room would be outliers. The average black woman makes what, 40,000?
Yeah.
45,000? Like, Like, that's not a sustainable income where you gonna live your rest of your life on 40,000. One thing our parents had together is they were together. So if you put your 20 and 20, you put your 30 and 30, like you're putting a household together. Like, our culture, music, television, film, mass media is teaching women to go off on their own, do this, do that. But that's only a certain segment of black women can really actually afford to live that lifestyle.
But they're using it against black women.
we can
When you promote people like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B to black women, right? Okay, it's fun, black yada yada yada, right? But if this is what you guys are rocking and this is what you guys are playing, and I'm thinking, okay, one day I want to get married. If this is what you align with, I don't want to marry you.
Facts.
But
I don't.
But that's okay, because it just means that you aren't meant for that person.
But
that
what
you
I'm
aren't
saying is,
attracted to
but
them.
most men-
But hold on.
okay.
But let's be
But
realistic.
most men are not going to do.
And hold on. This is something we haven't talked about. That's the pink elephant sitting over there on them steps. The numbers are not in your favor.
They're not.
Okay.
The
hold on.
numbers-
But here's the thing.
Men, just in general, eligible men versus eligible women, it's double digits. Like, most, on average, is going to be 8-1 in your regular rural areas. If you in somewhere like where we are, Prince George's County, the richest county of black people on earth, it's like 18-1. So the numbers are strictly just not in your favor for women to be like, oh, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, when you're passing up guys that.
So you're
Now,
saying
I'm not saying you should be in a relationship with someone who's abusive, someone who verbally or physically, or you can't be with somebody who has some issues. But you can't be out here thinking who cheats. But you can't be out here thinking you're gonna
Women
get.
cheat too.
You can't be
Yes,
out here
we
thinking.
do.
Yes. But that doesn't mean that y'all have to accept that either.
Pride.
Oh,
Okay.
hello?
Like, it's something that it's not something that's exclusive.
And
to men.
herein lies the
But
problem.
hold on, but
here's
let
the
me
thing.
finish. I got this is important.
Herein lies the problem.
You cannot be out here
No,
trying to
oh,
punch. Hold on.
No,
You
you see
cannot
what
be
you
out
just
here
did? This
punch-
is the problem.
You can't be
They
out here
want to
punching
compete
out-
with
I'm
men
listening to you,
It's
Tony.
so
not-
bad
it's not a
with
competition.
pride.
Hold
It's
on.
not a
You
competition.
can't be out here punching outside your weight class. If you have
Yes, you
some,
definitely
hold
can.
on, hold on.
It ain't gonna work.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You're gonna get disappointed
I'm
every
gonna
time.
tell you how,
Y'all
and this is from
They do it all
a
the time.
collective.
But go ahead.
The numbers are not in your favor for the actual behavior. If you have some emotional issues, if you have 2 kids, you can't be looking for the guy who don't have the emotional issues, who don't have the baby mamas, and saying, oh, why this guy not checking for me? I'm getting all the dudes who have a baby mama drama, who have some trauma themselves. That's the guy that you need to go to therapy with and work it out, because that's the guy that you need to be with. That guy who's done the work to not be in that circumstances, that's not for you. That's for the
what
other
you're
one.
saying.
That's not for you. So it's a narrative being put out by women like, it's no good guys, it's no this, they not marrying. It's a segment of men, the men I surround myself with. We're gonna talk about this, like, we can get high value men, right? They don't even see those type of women, right?
Okay.
Like, you walk in the room, they there, but it's not even a consideration.
Okay.
But guess what? That woman sees that man and saying, why can't Johnny around the way be like that man? I want that man. Meanwhile, you need to be dealing with Johnny around the way and get together with Johnny around the way, and y'all work out your issues, because Johnny around the way has your capacity.
Or
your thing.
Or you could get over yourself, right? Do the work for yourself,
And then get the other.
and then get
you
the
can
other guy you want.
guy.
But like, this guy's not just gonna take you just because you're like, oh, it's me, and take me for who I am because I'm a
So
woman.
here,
Nah, my
I
nigga,
Hell no.
I don't disagree with that.
it don't work like
The
that.
piece that I disagree with is everyone can have a goal for themselves. Whether they reach that goal or not,
Listen,
It's
I can want a
something
Lamborghini,
else.
but if I work at Arby's,
Can't cut women off when they talk.
women do it to me all the time.
so I'm not doing it.
Right?
Go ahead, woman.
Who
So-
hurt you?
Right. Thank you.
That's a whole other conversation.
I feel like we know the answer.
We know
all
where
know.
But-
we know.
First of all,
The issue,
nobody
the
hurt
issue
me.
is not, okay.
They just
All
pissed
right.
me off.
Okay. Yes.
They drove me to
That's
be.
right. That's right.
You got it, man.
You
You
better
got it,
tell him,
man.
Desi. They just pissed you off. That's
Hey,
right.
what'd he say? Tell him to look at the pictures. He said, I was miserable. He was hurt. He was hurt.
You know what? Let's lighten it up a little bit. Let's lighten it up a little bit.
You
Let's
gonna
lighten
play
it
on
up.
saying it?
Let's lighten it up a little bit because you guys got jokes.
No, but hold on. Let's put a cap on just what we talked about.
Okay,
in
let me
terms
let me give my
Oh,
little
she
final.
didn't get to
Let's
Just
give
put
our
my
let's give
little
our
final
final
statement,
thoughts
right?
on this particular topic.
You're talking about black women being alone, being educated and being alone. I think that when you learn better, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
You do what
How much
feels
does it
good.
cost?
So I just can't have a.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
You can't even help
Don't
us.
fall for the filibuster. You just
So-
talk past it.
So when you know better, you do better. You're not going to do anything that is going to be harmful to you when you already know it's harmful. So I think that we are in a state of reflection and understanding and comfort with ourselves until we find the partner that works best for us.
Yep.
Thank you.
Jacob, don't lie to me, man.
What black movie is this?
Kanye, Sierra Leone Diamonds.
Oh, sorry.
Did get the joke?
I'm sorry.
What is your final assessment?
Oh, I go last. Go ahead, Denita.
Cohen, you
Oh, wait a minute.
We got-
No.
we got
This is
showstopper
not the
over
final
here. I
thoughts.
go last.
No. This is not the final thought. Listen,
How the fuck do you do this?
it's fun.
Cohen,
Good
tell
time.
us.
It's a good time.
Listen, I'll say this about the educated women, right? Listen, ladies, if you want to go get your education, fine. Just understand that.
Fine.
Just understand the numbers and the degrees that actually matter. You're very low
To
in.
who? Nope. I'm sorry. This
To
is your
the-
final.
to the
This is
men-
your final
to
statement.
to the
When
men,
we're talking
to
about-
the men who pick you.
Hold up. When we're talking about when we're talking about degrees,
The nigga that said I needed to talk to my cat
Hold
said
on,
something
wait.
about this.
Hold on, wait a minute. But I'm supposed to just go with any nigga that picks me, though.
I'll
Just
wait.
Because he
Who
picks me?
said that?
You.
I did not say that. I said to the men who
that's
pick
it.
you. I didn't say go with any man that picks you. I said to the men who pick you.
Why not
The men who
she
pick you.
picks?
Men pick women for
she
marriage.
can't pick a man. You can't. A woman
You don't
can't pick a man.
A woman can pick a
Men
man.
pick you.
A woman can pick a man. You guys are just you're not.
Listen, if a
looking
woman
at the
picks a man,
world
if
the
a
way it
woman,
really
if a
works.
woman
you guys
picks,
watch too much television.
if a woman picks a man, guess what? She's not gonna be happy with him because if he didn't pick you, first of all, I've been in that situation where a woman picked me.
Are we only going off
And that
of
was-
situations that you've been in?
I think so.
Okay, well, listen, I'll tell you this.
I think so.
Like I said at
Hold on.
first,
How do you feel about women proposing to men?
I don't
Those-
like it.
like I said, so what are we talking about?
So
I don't like it.
that's what I'm saying. Let's expose the hypocrisy. How do you?
How is that
Nikki,
hypocritical?
How do you feel about
You
women
just said a
proposing
woman
to
can pick a man.
First of all, Cohen, I thought we were closer than this.
As a
Don't-
woman picking a man.
Oh no, when the mic turns on, the
yeah,
love is out the door.
I agreed with you when,
It
when
really
you
is.
said that
Cohen will turn on you.
men determine
Marriage.
Yeah.
marriage.
Pick you.
I believe that, right? So, but I don't believe it in that because he asks, that means you say yes. But I do think that for me, he has to ask, right? I don't like the idea of women proposing to men. I don't
Yeah.
like
So
it.
what was
I'm
all
not
that
asking you.
bullshit
I'm
you was
gonna
just
live in my
talking
brother's
30
basement
seconds
for
ago?
It's not the same thing. That's not what I'm saying.
You just said, "Oh, women."
Stop the cap.
And it's okay, but we're talking about the
Stop the
ultimate,
cap.
the real pick. That means
talking about
marriage and
proposals.
family. You talking about? Oh, you
I told
literally,
you that I
were
agree with
physically
that.
repulsed by
I told
that.
you I agree with that. I don't disagree with that at all.
She's very traditional
So
in a
what
lot of
are you
ways.
talking about?
I do have a lot. I have a lot of traditional
traditional.
ways.
Can
I
I-
do not believe that a
Don't
woman
always
is. I don't.
understand.
I would.
So hold on.
So what I was
Hold on,
saying,
hold on.
Just come in.
So hold on. So if you believe that you don't believe, if that's your stance, why would you push back against men telling you what we actually want out of women
No,
that we want to marry
because- no,
we
no.
understand that
Because
that's a
what you're-
narrative being pushed that is
because-
going to separate us.
because when
that's
you
teaching you something that we don't want.
Because I believe that there's a person for everybody, or maybe a couple people for every person, right? So you may
Hell no.
may look at me and say, you know what, I don't like how she operates. I
you
don't
know,
like
men are real simple.
Can I finish?
Well, I was really
Can I
doing my
finish?
final thoughts.
I know you were, but also
On
I
the-
want to
on the topic.
everyone didn't give their thoughts though.
So-
And
She
you
did.
said you
So-
were going last.
so you may-
No, I said I
Okay.
was gonna go second.
So you said you were going to go first.
Didn't
You
I-
may look at me.
I seceded
Well,
to
he
go in
actually
second.
started
So
doing
listen,
it.
Wumi, I'm so
I
glad
seceded
you
to
did.
go in
So look-
second.
So you may look at me and be like, she's not. What was not my type of chick. I don't like how she move. I don't like her energy.
Yeah.
It's the
whatever it is,
glasses.
right?
Yeah.
It's the glasses. I don't like bitches that can't see. Okay, fine, right? But
No,
that
it's the
doesn't
red
mean-
glasses.
That doesn't mean
It's like the devil is judging you
it's
every time she
Illuminati.
looks.
So it doesn't mean that.
Oh yeah.
But that doesn't mean that there's not a man who sees me in the way that I operate and says, I like that.
No one's
I
saying
want that. No. It is what it's kind of what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not saying that.
Because you're
I
because
expressed myself
what you said.
specifically.
Okay, so listen.
what I
but
meant and what I said.
What you said is that the men you want to listen to the men that have something to say. The men, since the men are picking, you have to listen to what they say.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, you go by what comes for you, who is meant for you.
So
right?
I'll say
So
no.
I
don't understand why
I'll
this
say-
is so hard.
Hold on.
I don't understand.
I agree with what you're saying.
You,
No, I agree with what you're saying 100%. But one thing you're discounting, there are certain commonalities and generalities that exist in 99% of the men. Right?
Yes,
And
but
so we're speaking from some commonalities and generalities that go through 99% of the men. Like we like fit feminine women, right? Every man
doesn't
likes
feel
that.
Like that.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't feel like that.
So they
because
would be-
there's niggas
so-
that like bodies that.
But that
you
would
know,
be so fit. So
Jiggle and
fit
wiggle.
and feminine can mean different things.
That's
but
exactly my
but I'm
point.
saying that we don't want a woman who doesn't have a shape. Right?
Some men like
Are
ovals.
they the outlier or
Come
they
on,
the
man.
norm?
Some men
Are
like
you serious?
ovals.
So some men have fetishes, but
Some
are they
kids
the
sniff
outlier?
glue.
So are they the outlier or the
Good
norm?
night.
I can't
This
speak.
matters.
I don't want to speak to generals. That's my point, though.
No,
Each
this- but this
person-
conver- no, but
I
this-
feel like there's somebody for everybody, no matter what.
So no, we're talking culture. When you talk culture, culture talks in generality.
Jesus,
So
Jiminy
we're
fucking
talking about someone who likes a 300-pound woman. Is that the outlier or is that the norm?
He's an outlier.
There are a lot of 300-pound women.
Is that
who
it's a
are
lot of
married.
single? It's a lot of single 300-pound women.
They
There's
like-
more single 300-pound women than married
I don't
300-pound
know, them
women.
ladies
And
want
most of the
600
time,
pound light
they was
bead.
probably 200 pounds,
When
and they
was
got
this
300.
data collected?
That's-
As a doctor, I'm fucking
Come on,
offended.
educated.
So hold on. So
Come
I'm
on,
just saying,
educated black woman.
from your honest opinion, is that the outlier or is that the norm?
I don't give my opinion.
What
I'm gonna tell you like
saying,
this.
I am a
I don't know because
doctor.
I don't know what the research.
I'ma make
is.
this
I
real
know that-
simple.
I know that this
I need
nation-
some
I'm gonna make
data.
this. I'm gonna make this
No,
real.
honest
nation
to God, I have
is
seen
obese.
very.
I'm gonna make this
I
real
have
simple.
believed-
Ladies,
That
ladies,
outlier.
ladies, ladies,
Obese
ladies,
women.
ladies. If
This
you're
is-
listening
see,
out
so
there,
this is when we have where we
all you need is the 5 S's. The 5 S's.
Oh, I'm afraid.
What are
I'm
those?
afraid.
In shape, sex,
In shape, bitch.
silence.
Isn't that an
So
I?
Let me start over. Let me start over. Because
Four S's.
I want the women to hear this.
Okay, ladies, listen.
The 5 S's.
Only ladies.
bro, they got 5 a.m. workout.
In shape.
What y'all working out for?
Hold on,
Low self-esteem and what else?
hold on, sir. I'm trying to tell the
You
ladies
say
something.
low self-esteem.
No, I said your self-esteem and what else?
I like to drink wine.
And what else?
I want to look good
They don't want me to
I
do
like-
it.
for my thirst traps.
To who?
It's true. Bitch.
To the niggas who like what
That's
I
what
look
I'm.
like.
So that's what I'm saying. So
To the
while
niggas
you
who like
push
what I
back
look
on
like.
that, you wake up at 5 a.m.
To
to,
the
work
bitches
out
that like what
to
I look like.
good to appeal to the opposite sex.
To the people that like
I work
what I
out to
like.
look good to the opposite. That's not a
Yeah,
bad thing.
that's
but
very
let's,
real.
But
It's
let's
to
be
the
real.
people
Let's,
that
let's-
like what you look like.
let's be realistic. It's somebody who like what you look like right now.
Motherfucking
but,
right.
But hold on. But are you trying to reach a different goal?
He wants to know if you're cheating on him.
All I want to know. All I want to know.
You got somebody
This
that
is
like
all
what
I
you look
want to
like
know.
right now. So why you still working out?
I'm gonna tell you like this.
It's not about,
But it's also
the
about
other
health.
people.
It's what
So
we want to do for
you're
ourselves.
single, right? Or not?
I am unmarried.
You're unmarried. So you are dealing with someone.
I am unmarried. What's
Okay.
Your
She's unkept.
So listen. Where's the ring?
What? I don't.
Don't stutter. Where's the
Where's
ring?
the goddamn
Oh,
ring?
no.
Where's the damn ring?
I got
Hey,
this.
nah, I'm just fucking around. I'm just.
She does not need a ring to validate her relationship.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
To who?
Because
No,
there are
to who?
rings.
Rings validate
There
relationships.
are
In the
people
eyes
who.
of
If you
God.
don't get a
In the
ring,
eyes of God, in the eyes of
if
the
you
law,
don't get a ring, if you don't get a ring, it's a waste of time.
No,
It's a waste of time
It
for
is
who?
not a waste of time.
It's a waste of time for
There
who?
are people with rings who are unhappy.
For you.
There are people
Because the man
with
got more
rings
time than
they
you.
gonna get the life
don't-
insurance though.
who don't want to go.
They gonna
But
get the
have
life insurance.
have I expressed that that's what I want?
But
Have
this
I
bitch is
expressed that
established
I'm-
enough where she got. She's
Have
good.
I expressed that I am
be
on
So
that
if the man that you like proposed to you right now, you would turn it down.
Have I
See,
expressed?
cut the bullshit.
Have I
Cut the
expressed?
bullshit.
Have
Ask
I
it again.
expressed that
Ask
I'm
it
on
one
the
more time.
timeline?
Ask it one more time.
She's
If
not
the man
bullshit.
that you like,
Have I expressed the timeline? Because you can express.
you don't have the
You can
timeline.
put your timeline on me.
Ask
You
it
can't
one
tell
more
me-
You
time.
don't have
Simpson,
the
ask it one
timeline.
more
You can't
Yo,
time.
these women are
Sir?
crazy as hell.
No,
You
Trip
can't,
No, we're
Simpson.
not.
you can't
Ask
even
it
tell
one
me
more
that a
time.
ring means something to me. You can't
Ask
tell me
it
that.
one more
If you
time.
You
if
can't tell me that a ring
if
means something to
you
me.
were given a ring by right now by the man that you really like, I don't know who he is, and
She'll
Yes.
probably say yes.
Yes or no?
But
But I want.
it doesn't.
I don't.
It doesn't mean. It doesn't establish. You guys.
I don't give a fuck about
something.
No.
I don't give a
it really
fuck
doesn't.
about
And that's
Steele,
the reality.
and I don't
You
give a
guys are not
fuck
knowledgeable
about
on this
Raheem
podcast.
either.
background.
I don't know what
I don't
to
give
say.
a fuck about myself.
Wallace.
What is he?
I put the juice joint on. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about Steele. And I don't give a fuck about myself.
Because at the end of the day, if that man proposed to you, you would say yes.
Come on, get the fuck
He
out.
chose you. You acknowledged
They
it.
just want listen. They just want to have
what does
piston
that mean?
contests with
no,
men.
No. But
That's
what
all they
does that
wanna
mean?
do.
But what does that mean?
It
Cohen, I
means
didn't think
all
you
of
were as
those
damaged,
timelines
Desi.
are
We're not
arti-
damaged. We're real. This
like
is what
it's
real men talk
artificial
about.
bullshit.
What does that
damaged.
mean? So
Okay.
so what you're saying is, what you feel like every woman, her goal is marriage?
No.
It should be
Why?
What the fuck?
a smart woman.
Oh God.
So
you said no. You
I don't.
said no.
I don't think every woman's goal is marriage, but every woman, and well, I'm not gonna say everybody anything, but the majority of women will feel a certain
some
way
women
if
wanna
they
be the
don't have companionship.
Top twerker in the strip club. I don't know.
Companionship doesn't mean marriage.
True companionship is marriage.
No, that's not true.
It is.
So you don't know married people who don't speak to each other?
Are they the outlier
happens.
or the
Sleep in
norm?
separate bedrooms.
I think it's a no. It's a lot
happens.
of. It's a lot of.
It
Let
happens.
me ask it again: is that the outlier or the norm?
I think it's the norm.
You think it's the
Only in the
norm
black
I think
that
community.
married
I
people
think-
don't speak to each
And
other?
I'm not even talking about black people. I'm talking
In
about
general,
as
you
a
think
whole.
married people
I
don't
think
speak to each
I
other?
think there are a lot of married people. I know a lot of married people who aren't really companions. They're married. They live in the same home. They may even sleep in the same bed, but they are not companions. They are not
You know why?
friends.
You know why they're not?
They don't hang. They don't hang out. They don't really like each other.
Because the woman is not practicing the 5 S's, which I've been trying to explain to y'all.
Please go on with these 5 S's. Jesus
I mean,
God.
Jesus
Hold on,
Christ.
but just let me.
Here we
address
go.
that. Let me address that really quickly. Ultimately, every marriage isn't about love and companionship.
You just said companionship.
So hold on.
I mean, really, what's
But
love
no,
got to do
I'm
with it?
addressing what you said.
Love don't got nothing to
No,
do
you
with it.
asked about companionship, and
I'm
I said I don't feel like every marriage has companionship.
And I'm addressing what you just said.
Okay, go ahead.
Some people marry for business reasons. It's a partnership. It's not about companionship. It's not about love. So there are plenty of marriages
Right.
that are aligned because
And
family
also
interests are aligned.
companionship doesn't
Business
mean
interests
marriage.
are aligned.
So
Shotgun marriage.
feel like I said
they
that
had
first.
they had kids and
said
they
that
want to
first,
decide
right?
they want to keep the babies under the same
Companionship
household.
doesn't mean
so
the
that's
marriage.
nothing. That has nothing to do with companionship.
Companionship is
But if
very
we're
different.
talking about the definition of marriage, we're talking about why people get in a relationship. We're talking about the human experience that we seek. We all seek.
Companionship
We all
is the
seek
first-
companionship.
Companionship is the first goal,
And
and
this
I
the
think
thing.
that people get
Safe
married.
spaces.
I think people get married hoping for long-term companionship, but that marriage doesn't mean that. Which is why I say
But I never said that. So
but
I'm addressing what you said, right? But if we're talking about the majority of people getting married, it's for love and companionship.
right.
That's the majority.
Right.
We're gonna have.
But that doesn't mean that they'll have it because they got married.
Yeah,
All right.
circumstances can't change.
I'ma do this real
But
quick.
we're talking about.
I'ma do
We're
this real
talking
quick.
about
I'ma do this
real
real quick.
situation, not the out. Like we're gonna have outliers of every situation. But if that man proposed to you and give you that ring, the majority of the reason you're not getting into it for business, are you?
What?
If that man proposed to you, the man that you like, gives you the ring,
what women
if
do when they don't
you're
wanna answer
not
the
getting
question.
into it for a business, right?
Companionship,
You get
right.
into a companionship.
Right.
That's what the majority of people get
Yes.
into a relationship
What I'm
for.
saying-
And
but all I
biologically,
was
we
saying-
all see companionship.
All I was saying is that marriage and companionship don't always go hand in hand.
We never said that.
You
Exactly.
did.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I specifically
go hand in
addressed.
hand.
I specifically
Like-
addressed when you said I said that. I said no, I didn't say
Okay.
that.
Okay. My
People
then my
get
mistake,
married
my
for
bad.
all
I
different
apologize.
reasons.
So let's do this. Everybody can address
Because
this topic.
no,
Hold on.
I want to say one more thing.
Finish.
And that goes
Jesus.
to a lot of what
Jiminy
he,
Cricket.
that goes to a lot to what he's saying. It's not always about feelings, right? Other people of other culture realize it ain't about feelings. I can be in this marriage, raise these kids, run this business, and have a side bitch that's my companion, or have a lady best friend or a male best friend that satisfies my companionship needs. But I still have a cultural understanding that I need to have a family, raise my kids in a 2-parent household, combine incomes to grow this community.
We jumped subjects up again.
We definitely
That's
did
fine.
not
I
jump
think
subjects.
This is what I feel when I watch Straight Talk No Chase.
So look, let's lighten this up a little bit. We can all get back on this topic when we all do our ultimate final thoughts.
Okay.
So you had
Preliminary final thought.
you had a fuck the final thoughts for right now. Woman, you had a great question earlier that we talked about in the kitchen, and the question is:
Eat the worm.
do men?
Shit. Oh my God, come on.
You drink the worm?
No,
I always
it's right
drink the
there.
worm.
It's in
I'ma
the
drink the
bottle.
worm, though.
Jesus Christ. Hold on, I gotta get this picture for Chrissy and Angel. We got a Spice Week coaster.
This nigga about to drink a worm. Oh shit!
Video.
He about to put it down his throat.
Video.
Christ almighty.
Got the worm?
He about to put it down his throat.
Are you going to take the shot?
He didn't do the whole shot, pussy.
Now I was about to take the shot with the worm.
All right, next question.
Single, ladies. I'm
Okay, what did I ask? I don't remember my
I'm
question,
single.
but I'm sure it was great.
Next question
Yes, I am.
What was the
from
question?
the one you posed earlier.
She had her chance.
Do men like crazy women?
Oh, okay.
Why did you ask that question?
I asked the question because I've heard men say, I'm not dealing with no crazy. I don't like crazy bras. I like peace. I like calm. I don't want drama. Right? I've heard those words come out of their mouths. I have also seen the relationships that they have been in and maintained and the behavior that their partners have exhibited, which tells me that what they're saying and what they're doing are in direct opposition.
So, who have you seen do that?
Do you,
Let's go.
am I
Let's go.
naming names?
Name
No,
the
I
names.
don't want to name names.
I wanna
don't
hear
wanna name
names. Name the names you gotta
I
name.
don't want to name names.
I thought you was gonna name me.
I mean, you're definitely on the list.
Cause so I think I'm an expert on this
He
situation.
left this crazy woman though.
Hold
After
up.
how
So first of all, I'd like to
long?
say this
Different people have abuse
this
thresholds.
conversation this conversation has nothing to do with anyone in particular. I was giving out a disclaimer, but I'm gonna tell you this.
Light skin
These are past situations.
abuse thresholds are a little higher.
Wow.
It's scientifically proven.
Do you have an ambulance sign? I mean,
Right, we need that.
sound or something?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Where's help? Distress. Where is this?
So I'll keep it a buck. I'll keep it a buck. Nobody wants a crazy chick. Like
We don't.
people fuck crazy chicks all the time.
Okay, but you put up with crazy lady behavior.
So I'll tell you what,
Yes
any
or no?
crazy woman that I've ever dealt with, and I'm not talking about anyone in particular,
Yes.
but I've cheated on them.
What does that
And
mean?
ultimately the relationship didn't go anywhere.
Okay, but how long did the relationship last?
Oh,
So
man.
when I say that I feel
Okay.
like men, when I say that I feel like men like crazy, I mean that they have maintained relationships with women.
Men
Long
tolerate
after-
crazy.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
when they receive their first, second, and third glimpses of crazy behavior.
Here's what's going on behind this curtain.
Yeah, like no, this is legit crazy. This is not even a
So,
little bit. Wait. Let me finish.
Let her
that they
let her
have.
get it off.
So after they have seen,
She's shooting a shot.
after they have, he thinks he's so clever. He's so clever.
No, you shooting. Go. Keep shooting.
After they have experienced incidents of crazy, they have still maintained relationships with these people, with these women. Like they didn't say, you know what, you burned my clothes in the driveway. I don't want to talk to you anymore. They're like, okay, don't do that again.
Yep.
Let's maintain this relationship some more. Okay, now you're fighting me in front of the nursing home facility where my father is staying, and you call the police on me. Okay, you tried to get me sent to jail. I still want to make this work.
Yep.
Patterns of this, right? That go on for years. But they'll also say, I don't like drama.
Okay.
Oh, and they say,
The whole time.
So can I answer the question?
don't call her crazy.
You
No, I'd like to answer this question.
you answered and I answered.
I'd like to answer this because
Let
as
the
a
men on the panel answer this question.
So here's the thing, right? You have to understand, as men, we hold responsibilities that you couldn't even fathom.
Okay.
So
He's about to talk about spiders again. I'm out of here.
I'll use myself as an example.
Please.
I'll use myself as an example,
Okay.
and without. So I'm going to use myself personally, but I also
This
want
is
to.
past.
No, I want to preface that it's no disrespect to anyone that I've been in prior dealings with,
Okay.
but people have been on record talking about me on internet radio shows that I've actually heard live and called into and had to rebut.
Yikes.
The same person that we're probably always
Yikes.
talking about.
Hey, well, we're not talking about anyone in particular.
So look,
We're not talking about you.
I'll give you a situation I was in personally, right?
Okay.
You know she's watching it.
So a lot of factors come in
Context.
before you just up and roll on somebody. Like for instance, let's say you have stepchildren, right?
Yes.
Or let's say you have children together, right? You try your hardest to just be calm, keep it moving for the betterment of the kids.
Okay.
You probably cheat like a dog every day.
Okay.
Even if your side chicken ain't available, you're hitting the Asian parlors and whatever.
All right. Okay.
You're doing something
All right.
every day.
Okay.
But ultimately, that type of behavior from a woman doesn't work.
Okay.
Because
what I'm saying is,
When he finished, let me answer it.
so
Okay.
Answer too.
the situation that I was in, or situations that I was in,
Situations.
I
Rise.
so you gotta understand. I grew up in a household. Right? And this is my sister. She may know different. She's older than me, so she may have saw something differently. I've never seen my parents argue a day in my life.
I didn't either.
I've never seen them argue.
They kept it classy.
So when I was in a situation where I was arguing with somebody every day and they wanted to do it in front of the kids, I was like, whoa, this is not,
this is new to me.
what is this?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it might seem like on the surface, niggas like that crazy shit. Niggas don't. We just understand how sensitive situations be. So we try to find the perfect time to leave.
Okay.
Hold
well,
on. And that was
Okay.
the relationship answer. I'll give you the single man's answer.
Go.
You don't realize how savage men are. I've personally fucked a lot of women that I didn't personally like. I didn't like their personality. I didn't like their attitude. So on the surface, you think, why is he dealing with this woman and her attitude? I'm not really dealing with her. I'm tolerating that shit because she got good pussy, or she got good
Definitely.
head, or
The craziest
she got
ones
she got
definitely have
access to something.
Is she gonna get a ring?
But
No.
But I'm not saying that crazy women always get the ring, even though crazy women are the ring.
Holding rings right now.
Well, we judge shit off rings over
So,
here.
But what I'm saying is, even if you are only having sex with her, they're still dealing with her.
sharing.
So
No, it's just fucking.
It's not.
It's,
so
no, it
so
is.
this is so look.
So
It's just
it
fucking.
is. I understand.
Let
I
me give you.
understand
Let
that
me
you
give
put-
you a scenario
well,
that
no.
can. Let me give you a
I know
scenario
that
that
you-
can crystallize this for you.
Okay, but
It
let me
was-
just give you my.
Do you
let me
understand?
give you my
Men just fuck women like
It's still
women that would just fucking. We'll tell our friends, hey, you should fuck her too.
you putting a label on it or saying like, oh, this she goes in this box as opposed to this box over here. You
There's a fun box
separating
and there's a one
separating
box.
in that way.
The
does
one
that-
box are the chicks you want. The fun box
you
is the streets.
separating in that way, as far as labels are concerned, does not take away from the fact that you still are in relationship with this
It
person.
absolutely does.
It doesn't.
So-
you are still in relationship
Let me
with
give
this
you-
person.
let me
Just
give you-
because
let me give you a
your
scenario.
relationship,
Let me give you a
you feel
scenario.
like this relationship is on a lower level, doesn't mean it's still a relationship.
It's a lower level
It's
relationship.
still a relationship.
Okay.
So that's my point.
So all
So you
relationships are
maintain-
created equal now?
No, but you're still
That's the
maintaining.
premise of your
you're still
argument.
maintaining a relationship. So because you could be like, you know what? Oh, this broad is Looney Tunes. I'm gonna stop dealing with her altogether. But you say, oh, she's Looney Tunes. I can't marry her. I'ma still fuck her, and then she's gonna do something else crazy. Okay, I'ma just fuck her less often.
That's
still maintaining
but that's
a
But that's the
relationship.
harsh reality that women aren't willing to accept.
I am not. But
That-
I am
man,
not
hold on,
speaking
I'm
to.
not-
No,
I'm not-
because
let me-
I'm not. I'm
all
not
right,
speaking
let
to.
me know when you finish.
I will. Thank you. I'm not speaking to
the
whether or
glasses.
not. I'm not speaking to whether or not you are in love with her. I'm not speaking to whether or not you take her as seriously. She's your number one. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're maintaining a relationship. You're maintaining contact with this person even after they're crazy. Because if really you don't like crazy, if really you want peace and calmness and no drama, you wouldn't deal with someone who shows you that they are the antithesis of that.
We don't make them. Mates.
You don't make them, but you control yourself.
So
And you maintain that relationship and you continue. And so every time that you're with this person, it's another day that there may be more crazy that jumps out. And the crazy jumps out. Because when you're unwell, you can't hide it for long.
So
But you don't say, okay, you know what? I've already seen a glimpse of this and I know that crazy can go far, so I'm gonna stop dealing with this. You say, it's not that bad yet, or it's not too much for me yet. So I'm going to stay here.
So what you don't understand is a man's risk aversion. We all have a risk versus reward factor. We walk out the house with every day just being black men in general, being men in general. As a woman, you don't understand that. What our risk aversion is.
This sounds like white people.
The better. Hold on.
And
And I'm gonna tell you
rock
like
climbing
this.
with no fucking. Anyway,
I commend those people.
Yeah.
course
So
you do.
look, the better. Let's say the better the pussy in the head is, the higher the risk versus aversion is. Right. This bitch has the potential to cut up my clothes and maybe slash my tires. But if she sucks a mean ass dick, I'll still deal with it. If she's willing to,
deal
but
with
if
crazy.
she's willing,
Especially if you don't know where you live.
if she's willing to,
you think
if she's willing to play out the fantasies that
Some
I want,
catfish.
that I can't get from my regular woman, you're willing to risk you have an aversion, just like us going to gamble, right? That's why men gamble at exponentially high rate. Don't cut me off. I'll let you talk. They gamble at an exponentially higher rate than women do. Our risk aversion is higher than yours is.
Right.
So you thinking we're dealing with this woman, we're just risking it for that day. Man, I hope this bitch don't go crazy after I fuck her. I hope this bitch don't find out where I live. I hope this bitch doesn't do that. So it's not that we're seeking any type of substantive relationship with them. It's an exchange. It's an exchange of energy at that point. I'm trying to get my rocks off. She's trying to get whatever. I hope it don't go left. So it's not
Always
it's not-
record them, because like when they
it's
start
not a
talking
rela-
shit,
it's
send
not a
them a recording
relationship
themselves.
because you're not
They'll be
that type
quiet.
of person. You internalizing, oh, he's dealing with her like he's dealing with me. He's not.
But I'm not. That's not what I said.
Look, I've personally fucked women I don't like.
But
that's not-
Damn,
but
I
that's not what
don't
said.
like. I don't like her. I don't like her personality. I don't like how
But
she
you like
talk.
her. You like her box.
But
That's
see,
box.
Oh, you like her mouth.
It's box and mouth. It's different.
So my
It could
point-
be
but-
both. It could be
but my
one of the-
point
it could be one of the
so
two.
what my point is, I don't care what you're calling it. I don't care that she is just a joint that you put your dick in. Who gets your dick wet?
But it
I'm not-
matters.
no,
It definitely matters.
my point is you're still dealing with her. Like, you're not calling her. I don't care if you
What's
call
the
her your
point, though?
girlfriend or your wife or your joint or whatever. You're still in relationship. You're still in interaction with her. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you're saying the same thing. So
we don't
we're
want
on the
her.
same page.
So this,
I'm
the
not
diff-
saying, but I'm
so,
not saying
no,
that you
but
want
thi-
her.
no, but that's the point of the. This
I'm
is the
saying
point of
that
the
crazy
discussion.
doesn't
that
deter
I
you.
don't. But I don't want her. I don't want her outside of that particular interaction.
crazy
If she
doesn't
decided
deter
right
you.
after
That's
we
my
fucked,
point.
she was like, "If you don't call me
They
in the
don't wanna-
morning,
they don't wanna
if you
hear
don't call me or take me out
Look.
to breakfast, you can't fuck me anymore." All right?
I've dealt
I ain't
with
fucking
women.
you no
I've
more.
dealt with
Or
women who I
any-
prayed were cheating on me.
Okay. What I'm saying is
Please, God.
crazy doesn't deter you. That's my point. So
No, it depends. No, it's so if crazy is being crazy and she's not giving up the pussy, we're not gonna deal with crazy. So it matters. So if crazy is not, if she could talk crazy
We're
all
saying- we're
night, but
saying
at the
the
end of the
same
day,
thing.
no, we're not saying the same thing.
okay. All right.
Let's give two different scenarios. Let's say Jane and Joy. Joy is the crazy one who doesn't fuck. Jane is the crazy one that does fuck. Joy acts crazy all night. At the end of the night, we're like, all right, whatever, Jane. Or whatever, Joy. Let's go to the hotel. Let's go to the house. She's like, no, I'm going home. We won't deal with this one anymore. But Jane, who is crazy, she talks shit all night, does whatever, exhibits some crazy behavior. But she wants to fuck at the end of the night.
Her
And she's gonna fuck you well. Guess what?
didn't
We're gonna
deter
deal.
you.
We're gonna deal with her. But we're talking about risk versus reward.
Her
That's what
crazy didn't deter you.
it did. No, it did.
It
Hold
didn't,
on.
because you still fucked.
Listen, no. We evaluated both.
I don't think you
friends.
guys understand how much fucking doesn't mean to us.
Yeah, we evaluated. Listen,
You're saying it does mean something
Listen,
to you
listen.
because you're dealing with her.
Listen,
He's
li-
saying that crazy doesn't.
listen.
Joy doesn't fuck and Jane fucks.
Listen,
And they're both crazy.
Listen, what you're saying. So
I think
we
fucking
But
is
fucking
deal breaker.
doesn't mean anything.
no, I disagree with him on
Okay,
that.
thank
so
you.
we've evaluated both
No.
of their crazies. So, but for me, it's risk versus reward.
Because the girl with the good pussy, her crazy didn't deter you.
It wasn't enough of a deterrent.
But he's not about to marry her.
So it didn't
And
deter
it is
you.
level. If she's talking to
So the
herself,
one- the
first
one
He's not
who's
about to marry her,
So the
though.
one who's not
So as
fucking,
you said,
crazy
you're
doesn't.
saying the same thing.
We're saying the same thing.
no, but they still a bottom bitch at the end
We're
of the day,
not.
though.
I didn't ask about levels. I never.
But that
I-
matters.
to-
Yo, what did I say earlier? Men control access to relationships and marriage. A crazy bitch is a crazy bitch. You a fucker? I'm not gonna marry her. I'm not gonna get in a relationship with
She's
her.
not gonna meet my. She's not gonna meet my family.
I
She's
didn't-
not going
I
to
didn't
brunch
start
with me.
this- I didn't
She
start
not-
this and
I done
say
dealt with
that-
some crazy women. You ain't
didn't
never
say-
met her.
I didn't say that men only marry crazy girls. I didn't say that.
You said that they do though.
I said,
You said
no,
they deal with
what
her.
I said is that men say that they don't like crazy, but they maintain relationships.
So hold on.
He just
It's
said he can
crazy.
fuck a bitch he don't like.
But what I'm saying, when we say we
I didn't mean
don't
to say
like
bitch.
crazy, that means we don't want to be. I don't want crazy to be my girlfriend, baby mother, or wife. That's what that means. But we'll fuck crazy all day, long as she ain't retarded. And some niggas
You
will
don't
do
use
that.
that word. Don't. You didn't drop a bomb.
Well, as long as they're not special needs. But I've seen some niggas go there.
Hey,
But
I gotta go.
I've seen some niggas
gotta
go
go.
there. But that what I'm saying is, when we say we don't like that, that means in terms of women we're choosing.
We're not on this
to
podcast.
Build a family, or
right here.
we're building
gonna
a
be in a
family or
relationship.
relationships with, not casual interaction.
You know what's funny? I see a lot of women on the internet talking about I'm toxic. You know, they brag about that shit. I do this, I do that, but he love it. No, that's why you're gonna keep being a jump off.
He tolerates it.
No. I'm definitely toxic. I listen to Joe Budden on a regular basis.
That doesn't make you toxic.
That does.
Definitely
Oh,
does.
It does.
Definitely
it is
does.
my most toxic trait, and
Definitely
I can't
does.
wait until I wake up in the morning.
Well, if
and
that's
there's
your
a new
most toxic
episode.
trait,
Have you been listening
Al
to
is
this
a lucky
conversation?
man.
Listen to this.
Because if you listening to a podcast is your most toxic trait,
No,
even if you embody some of Joe's behaviors, Al is a lucky man because that means you're not a real toxic woman, right?
He doesn't get it. He doesn't even listen with me.
Trust me, I know. I know your.
I like Joe Budden podcast too. I guess I'm toxic.
Of course
He's
you
too good
do.
for everybody.
He wouldn't be here. So I mean, that shit is that right there encapsulates what we're talking about. how the modern woman is being socialized. She think because I listen to a podcast of a semi-toxic man that automatically
Semi-toxic?
You just call this nigga semi-toxic, yeah.
Semi.
Hey, come on. I trust your judgment.
He's semi-toxic.
Fucking please.
So I'll say why semi. While he exhibit toxic behavior, he's able to
Yo, who raised him?
express. No, he's able to express and process his emotions
single
in
mother.
real time.
Where was his
on
father?
camera in front of people?
He was around.
That's
was-
not
where was his
toxic.
father?
That's actually a
He
healing
couldn't
behavior.
come in the house because of welfare.
Please.
don't listen to him.
So where
listen to
was he
him.
outside?
Joe has a relationship with his father.
So
Both
was
his
he
parents
outside?
was wild. Like it's not like. Why would you say that?
Why are
That's the
Why are
truth.
you jumping into the fire?
I don't know.
Okay.
What do you say about Joe?
Why?
No, she said he's toxic. I said no. I said
Why
who
is
raised
lying
him?
in my home?
I said a single mother raised him.
I ain't. Joe Budden ain't toxic for me.
I don't think he is. Well, the drug addiction, all that, it's kind of toxic. But
Kind of.
I like Joe Budden.
Of course you do. You
Do we
are
have
Joe
any?
Budden.
do we
No,
have
I'm
any
not Joe
topics
Budden.
to discuss this.
Yeah.
this
We
evening?
got.
I feel like Roy Moore caught what we're coming. Caught what was coming.
What is the modern woman to you guys? That's what I want to know. What's the definition of the modern?
Well, I
Perfect,
don't-
perfect in every
honestly,
way.
You know, what?
So mad at so
So
many people.
the reason
Like,
why I
can't
asked,
fix you today.
where I asked both of y'all, what is the definition of modern woman? Because that's nothing that I would ever say.
Right.
I would never say modern
I
woman
will be.
versus
I'm a modern woman. What the fuck is
traditional
that?
woman versus whatever. It's
You're just your fucking
That's because you
self.
guys don't live in reality. It's fine.
No, we
We're
are
used to
here
it.
on planet Earth every day.
okay.
Y'all never answered my question though.
Which is what?
There was no welfare. Where would black women be at this point?
See?
I don't think there's enough homeless
See? This is the
shelters.
shit I'm talking about. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was it. That was it.
Hey, young, what?
That was it.
What?
You are really.
Hey, young.
Don't fall. Look.
Okay.
Don't
all right.
fall for the trip
Okay.
tips of
All
Philip.
right, look. It's late. Let's
I
go.
No, I want her to answer the question. She didn't answer the question. Do you think you're the same woman that your grandmother was?
Absolutely not. I'm not even the same woman that my mother is,
Why not?
because I saw
And you was in a 2-parent household.
definitely 100%. I saw
500%.
that I saw my mother unable to express herself. I'm telling you what I saw, like with my eyes. I'm not telling you what her experience was.
Those
I'm
red
telling-
glasses.
At the time, I had like soft pink ones. I've been blind for most of my life. It's fine. So, but what I'm telling
Were you cured by Allah? Last time I checked, Jesus cured the blind.
well, how would you know? Do you have a relationship with Jesus?
Oh, I found it back. I'm back on the Christian train.
Are you? Okay. Can you,
I'm Republican now.
can you speak?
You know, I hate.
I still don't believe in Jesus.
I hate when today's niggas let the money change them. They do it every fucking time.
I saw my mother like bite her tongue, and that's part of why
You will not acquiesce, bitch.
I
In
am,
any
I am very
scenario.
much like I need you to understand that I am going to
Hold up, your mom bit her tongue?
yes.
For what?
She held her tongue.
What did your father say?
A lot of things. that
Six
I
guns
don't-
for the one of the last real niggas out here. Fuck that. Let's go.
Look, so
Y'all I'm full misogynist right now.
look, you gotta because I want to hear this because it could have been like a cultural thing.
I
where-
mean, no. Part of it is cultural.
Yeah.
Part of it is cultural. So because of what I saw in that house and how I interpreted what was happening in that house, there were things that I decided I wasn't going to deal with. I don't want to deal with a man who feels like what he says is it, period. Right? I feel like when we're in relationship, we have to have discussions. It's not going to be what you said just because you said it. Right? I'm not going to do what you say just because you said it.
To be fair though, you can see how things work with Black American women running the household. I mean, it's a mess right now. Kids are tripping.
That's what I said.
Gang banging.
Don't go for the filibuster.
I'm just saying the kids are gang banging.
Finish what you're saying.
I mean, it's out of control.
I am what I'm saying is, so like, even I mean,
looking at you.
this is part of my trauma, right? But I don't even I don't even cook for niggas because I don't want people to know.
All right, man.
Because I don't want you to ever say, oh, this is what it's going to be. You're going to cook for me every day. I saw my mother cook every day, and I knew she didn't feel like it. I don't want that life. I don't want that.
You don't want to cook for your man?
I'm
Is
never
that what I
doing
said?
nothing I don't feel like doing.
Is that what I said?
Wow.
So yeah, I'm just saying, like,
I don't feel like taking out the trash for 2 weeks. Fuck it. Pile it up in the house.
If somebody on handy will come to the house and take the trash out. You're not irreplaceable.
Modern woman.
So what? So
And these hoes can come cook.
So because
That sounds like resourceful.
them
They're
crazy bitches
resourceful.
That's what I'm saying.
Meals.
These hoes can come over here and cook.
so
Hey,
can you
Keisha.
imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Can you fucking imagine? Fucking Zeta's cooking in my house.
I'm about to go upstairs right now and be like, yo, dog.
I'm slashing 3 tires. I'm slashing 3 tires off the brake.
I'm gonna sit right here and see what they do.
Them hoes cook.
Violent
Are you?
American woman.
Hoes will
Can you
cook.
open one of these cabinets?
Did you say hoes will cook?
Them hoes will cook.
Open one cabinet. Open one cabinet in here.
I done got
One.
a few meals out on my walk of shame. Like, you hungry? They'll cook me something.
Don't walk out here like that. You want something to eat?
Want something to eat? Wake me up to some food.
Yeah.
Confusion.
Talking about she don't want to cook. Let me stop this.
So do you think? So do you think? No.
How old are
Do
you?
you think it was a bad
No.
thing that your mom sacrificed for the good of her family?
I can't speak to that. I can't speak to that because she did what she felt was best for her and her family, right? I can't. So I don't blame her
Soon
for
as you
any
get to
of her.
America,
She
you
cooked
just,
for your ass too, right? You was
Definitely,
eating.
definitely did.
So
Definitely did.
who the hell was going to cook?
and your father worked, right?
As did she.
All right.
Okay.
Could your dad cook?
Did he?
You don't know.
Could he?
I bet you he can make some good goosey shrimp.
Definitely could not. That man couldn't even tell you where to find a pot. But that's neither.
That means he got a good woman.
That's neither here nor there.
Where the pots at around this motherfucker? He in the bathroom and shit looking for pots. That's a good woman. Nigga ain't got a clue where the pot at.
So with a pot
know
at,
what?
that is a good woman.
He had the wife for
Boil
him.
water. What?
He's like, I'm in
He
the
had-
garage. Where's the pots?
He had the right woman
the
for him.
garage.
Not the garage.
He on the phone. Where's this pot?
And, you know that my mother used to put the food. She used to leave a plate for him in the microwave with the
My
time
mother did the
on
same
it.
thing.
And so he would just have to come home and press start.
Oh,
Bitch, and the spoon would be right outside the microwave.
That's a good woman. Where these women at?
They gotta be still together.
Woman, tap into your ancestry.
I'm not.
Let me tell you something.
what did he say?
You'll find you a
He told me
man.
to tap into my ancestry.
You'll find you a man. I mean, I'm not saying you don't got a man now, but you can't say if you
I
do.
already told you at the start.
If
Hey,
you-
hey, it's okay.
If
It's
you
okay.
do have a man, you're gonna have to do that shit now. Cause he like, damn, your mother did all that. Yeah.
He likes things the way that they are.
Hey, you losing.
You ain't got the ring yet.
You're losing.
You
You know what
ain't
you
got
got
the ring yet. You ain't got the ring yet.
I can't deal with cameras on Cohen.
Hey, look. So look.
This is a different human.
I had to find that way out too.
He had something to say. Go ahead.
So look at this, right? A man will deal with you, right? But he can also be dealing with you and looking for green pastures, right? Once that man makes a commitment to you, you know that's your man. Like, okay, now you're my woman. That next commitment is marriage. So until you get that next commitment, you still,
If
You gotta
that's
put
what
your
you're
foot on the
looking
gas.
yeah, you.
If that's what you're looking for.
I mean, what are you looking for?
Every man
You
is
got these
looking
glasses
for,
on. You looking for
looking-
something.
Hey, Brooks, please help.
They're looking for.
Please help me.
She's looking for something.
I just want to see.
I
just
see
want
what
to be
that
able
gun,
You can
I see
see.
the level of the gun level is.
You can't see you to take them motherfuckers back to the store.
But what I'm saying is like, pay attention to those things that you're like. Don't be engaged for 2 years.
Okay, so here's the other.
How long you been with him?
Here's the other.
Nah, we gonna do this.
No. Here's the other thing.
No.
the other piece
Look,
of
you
this.
learn it. You just ignore them.
No,
You
yeah.
gotta keep
The other
putting- gotta put-
piece of
filibuster.
this is
No filibuster.
Seriously though.
no. You have to be in relationship with the people who work for you.
What?
You have to be in relationship with the
You
people
a
who
woman.
work for you. Oh, so I need to just be for anybody.
I'm kidding.
You're so correct.
I'm kidding.
He's so embarrassing.
I'm not embarrassing.
You are
First
embarrassing.
of all, let me tell you something. All your little friends, I'm telling you, that's
The
what
little
they want.
friends, bitch.
That's what they want.
What is what they want?
What do they want?
Women want a real man. Like, oh man,
What's
I'm so
a real man?
embarrassed.
What's a
All
real
the-
man versus a
all
fake
the people
man?
that buys into the journey are gonna be so embarrassed. No,
What's
no,
a real
no,
man
no.
versus
They
a
want
fake
real
man?
men.
What's a real man versus
I'm
a fake
taking.
man?
I'm taking.
What's a,
Unfortunately,
what's a real man
for y'all.
versus a fake man is what I'm trying to ask you.
Yeah.
a nigga that's gonna sit up here and put up with that bullshit.
Nope.
I don't feel like that's accurate.
Real men don't put up with bullshit, and women love it.
Put it this way, like
I
I
don't think
had
that's
to learn some elements of like what it really is to step into being what we talked about, a high value man, like what you will accept, what you won't accept. Like at this point in my life, I don't accept women friend zoning me. Like you trying to take my energy, take my resources, you don't want to be with me. Now you gotta move around. Got enough friends.
Do you have female friends?
I do.
Straight platonic friends?
This nigga got the most female friends I've ever seen in my life.
Got a lot.
Okay.
I got a lot of females.
So the thing is, that's okay. It's
Hold on,
okay.
hold
It's
on.
okay
I'm not
for you
finished.
to have.
Hold on.
No,
I'm
but
not
it's
finished.
okay for you to
I'm not
have
fin-
those
I'm
boundaries.
not finished though.
Okay.
I'm not finished.
All right.
It's the
So,
glasses, bro. She,
That's one of those things, right?
First of all, we have a whole glasses
Yeah,
situation.
so-
don't worry about what's going on.
those are shades, quote unquote.
You don't let women friend zone. You don't let women waste your time, right?
So
And from-
friendship is a waste of time.
Definitely.
So
Between men and women?
So you didn't hear what I said.
No, I'm asking.
So a woman that
I'm honestly asking.
you're a smart woman and you friend zone men.
Don't let the glasses.
Whereas though you know this man likes you, you know what I'm saying? You know the man has feeling for you. You like the man's energy, but you don't want to be in a relationship with him or fuck him.
Okay.
But you'll keep him around. Knowing that's
Yeah, you
still
do that.
at the end of the day, that's the detriment to that man because he got feelings for
it's a
you.
detriment to him.
It
It is.
absolutely is.
No, he's not gonna die.
First of all, I am a value to everyone that I am around. I'm a value to everyone
Hold
that
up,
I'm
you ain't
around.
made me no motherfucking money.
Ooh.
I didn't value
I'm
doesn't. I'm a value to everyone
So
that I'm around, right?
I'm not discounting your value.
No, no,
But
so-
you
but
know how
you
that man
have-
feels about you.
No, but listen.
So you not him
My
not
pimp card
having
turned on. Hold up, shorty. You ain't
him
made me no
not having
motherfucking money.
access
What
to
the fuck
you
talking
in the way he wants to have access to you
So it's
is
up to him.
detrimental to
Value.
him.
So if he feels like he doesn't want to be around me anymore, that's okay. That's on him. That's okay. But I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm going to step out of your life
Until she
because
wants a
I don't
free
want
meal.
to have sex with." I can buy my own meals.
Yeah,
I
but
can make my own meals.
why buy them when you
I
can get it
don't
for free?
I don't need a motherfucker to buy me.
See, you
Okay,
you
don't get me upset.
getting off
Okay,
topic.
yeah,
You letting
yeah.
them
You don't
let
get
him
upset about
distract
that.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
The problem is you allow him to still be around you, feeling the way that he feels.
No, because I have
Knowing he can't move to that next level.
So if my only value to you is my physical body,
How did you equate that what I said to your physical body?
no, because if you're saying if you're telling me that we can't be friends, because friendship is so much more than
now,
just sex,
Mr.
right?
Wallace.
So if I'm telling you I don't want to have sex with you, but I still want to be friends, you're telling me that all you care about is my physical
No,
body.
that man wants to be with you, so it's not just about sex. He likes you. He didn't
So-
fuck you yet, but he likes you. He
So
says
if he
Umi,
likes
he
me-
like Wumi, I like you. He didn't even fuck you yet.
If he likes me,
Yeah.
so you hanging around me, you like me, so we hanging out.
Woman,
Do you hang out with your crushes? Like if or in at any time in your
let's
life?
get to the
If you
bottom.
You can't
ever-
talk to me about
Woman,
my crush.
woman,
If you ever
you're-
hung
not
out with
ready
your
for
male
that.
crushes, like
You're-
I'm just
you
gonna
are-
hang with you.
you are
We
between
gonna
the
kick
ages
it.
of
We gonna
35
do
and
all
40.
these things. We gonna play video games. We gonna go to the beach. Have you ever hung out with your male crushes in that way?
woman, let me tell you something. Woman.
That's what
That's unfortunate.
That's what I'm telling you.
So you just hang out with
That's
niggas and then it's cool.
That's unfortunate.
Yes,
How old are you? If you don't want to say this, fine.
I'm 41.
Woman, you're
If
41.
you don't want to say that's fine.
Woman, if
podcast
you're
are we
not
on?
single, I mean, if you
I am unmarried.
if you are single
I'm unmarried.
and you 41,
Yes.
you need to be playing catch with that pussy out here. The hell are you talking about?
I don't even know what that means.
But I'm still offended. This is my friend. What's wrong with
She need to be out there like father and son. Come on, boy, catch this. The fuck you talking about? You're 41.
Yeah. But you see how you're putting me on your time on your timeline?
You gotta come to the table with pussy. Period. I don't want to hear what.
That's the man.
Oh,
That's
here's
not
it.
his
Here's
time.
it.
That's a man's
Here it is.
timeline.
Here. What do you do? Where's the pussy?
Hey, yo,
I'm a BA in
when a chick roll up on me talking about I've been
technical
celibate
science.
for a good minute.
I was the master of my
Once you
class
say
at
celibate,
Northwestern.
the rest you say is like,
I did this. I did that.
Right. So what you're saying is that sex is what matters.
Where's the pussy?
No, sex is a part of it.
Sex is what matters. Because if you said that as soon as you hear celibate, you'd stop hearing words.
Yes.
As soon as you hear
That
celibate,
means sex is.
relevant.
No, that means she shares an ideology that I don't share. That's what that means.
Sex
It
matters.
doesn't mean it means it matters.
No.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
If a woman has some internal rules that like I'm gonna wait till I feel like I really feel this man.
You can't be 41 and do that though.
Yeah, no,
if you're 20,
listen.
no. It's a difference.
No.
Like you said earlier, if you're 20 years old, and you're like, well, I can understand you're 20, fine. There's probably some gold still in that mind.
No.
Right? You're 20 years old. You're 41. No offense. You're 41.
I'm not offended. Because
You're all pussy.
I don't share the same time.
No, I'm saying when I hear
Ignorant.
celibate, I don't pay
Let's
attention
just say that.
because
This is ignorant.
Because
that's an ideology.
You know why it's not
If a
ignorant? 'Cause
woman
this is
feel
what
like
men
she
really
don't
think.
want to have sex with me
It's not
until she's
ignorant.
comfortable with me,
This
or
is
we
ignorant.
reach
I know how women
we
talk
reach
when
some
we're
type
not
of
around.
certain level. But when she comes with the C word, it's like, oh, you have a mentality that I don't align with.
And that's okay.
That's the difference.
But
So
that's
it
okay.
wasn't. So that means it's not all about sex. It's the mentality that woman has. Like,
Here she,
and
here
that
she-
mentality
hey, look,
is based around sex, and sex matters.
Here she go on
and
Tinder.
That's okay.
Here she go on Tinder. Yes, I'm 41. I like to bowl, to play video games. And by the way, guys, I'm not having sex. Nobody's swiping right on you. By the way, guys, no sex.
so, and that would be very disingenuous, not knowing that 90% of men's activities revolves around sex. Where we live, where we wear, what we drive,
Oh,
what we
boy.
do revolves around sex. So
I don't care how many beads you put on your arm.
that's the naked, God's honest truth that a lot of women don't want to come to grips with. Like, it's so many bad body jobs, BBL shit
Oh
out
my
here.
God, the
because
BBLs are
women-
horrible.
Because them women have realized how much sex plays a role. They can have a certain lifestyle just by looking like that.
Side note.
The outcomes they
Remember
gonna get,
all the bad
not marriage,
BBLs? Remember all the bad BBLs in Tulum?
it was a lot. Like, so their outcomes aren't gonna be ultimately marriage or whatever, but their lifestyle, while that shit is in, it's gonna be lit because 90% of what we do revolves around sex.
Until they hit
Them-
41.
Them bad BBLs, guess what?
Yeah.
The bitch is gonna be at the
No,
bar.
I'm not
they
saying
gonna be
you.
popping
The
like-
BBL
they
girls
gonna-
at 41.
It's gonna be lit for them, right? It's gonna be lit, but when the sparklers stop, it's gonna be fucked up. But for that time being, it's gonna be lit for them because 90% of what we do is sex. Sex. That's what we driven,
So
biologically
sex
driven
matters.
by. No, absolutely.
Sex matters, but it doesn't matter to the point where I'll marry you based off sex.
We don't marry.
But it's a good way to get in the door.
Yeah, men don't marry sex. That's that 1-10% where it. Now a nigga divorce you if you stop having sex with him. That's how much sex. Once you get together,
Sex matters. Period.
No, yeah, it does. But
It matters, but it doesn't matter to the like.
in the
Nobody gets with a woman because of
Sex
sex. But if you're not having it,
I remember you told me a long time ago, before your current marriage, you were like, what did you say? The best.
Is that you?
We were talking about like the best sex of our lives or something. And he was like, yeah, the best sex of my life. Like, I don't know. I mean, that bitch probably has like 3 diseases and 4 kids. Like, I'm not married to her. I wouldn't marry her. And I was like, oh, okay, that's.
that was before I'm married. Now,
I opened with that.
Okay. But say now I've
I
had the best
said
sex.
before
Like
your
a man-
current
a
marriage, we had this
a man don't marry
conversation.
Sure.
sex. He doesn't marry.
You
sex.
don't. You can't. If you do, like
Well,
That's a
I
mistake.
learned that. from you.
That would lead you definitely lead you astray.
But you definitely have to have sex. Like you can't be like I'm celibate. Like that's not gonna work.
Like if
Especially-
your
For
wife,
you guys.
if your
For
wife
you
got
guys.
average sex,
'Cause
because
men-
you
it doesn't
love
take
her,
much for men.
You're gonna take that average sex and love it.
It doesn't take much for men for like honestly, like if you're a good woman and you exhibit the 5 S's, which I'll get into later, like you don't have to have the most spectacular sex ever.
Just say what the 5 S's.
What are the 5 S's?
I'll get into it later. In my
Yeah,
final
that's
thoughts.
true.
It's 11:30.
I'm an old
What are the
lady.
5 S's?
What are the 5
I
S's?
am fucking exhausted.
Speaking of 5 S's, you know what? Let's do this. This has been a great conversation. What we're gonna do now, ladies, this is the part of the show where we get into our final thoughts. Danita, we're gonna start with you. Final thoughts. What are your final thoughts on the entire episode, and what you would like the audience to leave with
Come on, Denise.
as far as
you
you're
got it.
concerned? Let's go.
I didn't get the 5 S's.
I love you, Bobby.
Sex and shape. I think we only got 2. Sex and shape.
Guys,
You don't have to talk about the 5 S's. Just whatever
I want
you
to
got
say
out of the
that this has
conversation.
been lovely, but I don't feel like I got enough of an idea of what your point is. Like
you
there was a
didn't-
lot of going in circles about what women should do and what women should do and what women should do. But what about what you all should bring to the table and the conversations that you're having amongst yourselves? That's what I'm more interested in. Maybe we need a part 2. I don't fucking know.
Maybe we do.
But I know I can't sit here and listen to what women should do like for another second.
So why didn't you ask any questions?
Because you niggas kept talking.
But you didn't ask no questions.
Whenever anyone brought anything to the table outside of what you want to talk about, you said, well, wait, let me just say this.
I had to break in too. These niggas was just having their own show.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that sounds like deflection.
Of course. The glasses, motherfuckers.
Listen, y'all are not gonna keep playing me because
Hers are prescription, not a personality.
I just be trying to see. That's it.
What is wrong with you?
You saw it.
The glasses. Motherfuckers. I was texting April like
Cosby Digital. What are your final
Owen
thoughts?
talking to Desi interjecting.
What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are I'm used to the Trip Simpson filibuster, so it doesn't faze me. You just talk right through it.
I didn't know.
I think this conversation highlights some of the bigger issues we're having with men and women, right? We don't realize we valuing different things in relationship. Women think we value the same thing that you value, but we don't. Like, it's an old saying, the man will pick the fine woman in the mail room before he picks the average or below average that's the CEO of the company. Because if we really have our own money, we don't care about your money, we don't care about your degrees, we don't care about your financial ability to do things, because we are providers by nature. We want to provide, we want to hunt, we want to gather, we want to take care of. So we
you'd
don't
rather take care of
we
someone
don't
than-
care about those things that you care about. And we are not aligned as a community right now about what's important, right? If you realize your man wants to have sex, wants to be comfortable, calm, and supported in the household, and those are the most important things to him, we can make more progress. Not to say that women's roles are not as important. Your mom, your grandmother understood she had the most important role in the household, right? Raising the kids, being the backbone of the family. I feel as though personally the modern women doesn't value that position the same way that the mothers and grandmothers valued that position and understood where they were in the success of the household, being that rock, being that solid person, being that place. Like, I grew up in a household where my grandmother was the backbone. She was still a working woman. She was one of the first women that went to college in Virginia, went to teachers college before it was called real college, but she still maintained that backbone of the household thing. So I learned that from her. And women need to realize that men are driven by different things. Our sexual desires, our desires
I love
to
you, Bobby.
attain power, attain status in our community drives us more than what you think it drives us. And if you can support that, you'll be the woman who's chosen over the woman who provides friction against that particular mission. And the more women who can understand that, we can start building our community back up in terms of marriage, in terms of relationship, in terms of community building. That's my final thoughts.
Can I just
Woman.
give an additional final
Nope.
thoughts?
You had your final thoughts. You had your final
That is
thoughts.
re- I
You
agree
had
with
your
that.
final thoughts. You had
Okay.
your final thoughts.
Wumi,
I'm going
before
to,
you start, can you cook a goosey shrimp?
So my
Don't
final
respond.
thoughts
There you go.
are
You learned. She
that
learned.
I think that every person needs to figure out who works for them, what priorities they have in line so that they can be in a successful relationship. I think that comparing ourselves to the households from 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years back is a futile experience because life is very, very different now than it was then. But I think that if you are in relationship with someone that has the same values that you have, you can make a family work. We cannot. I don't think it's fair. We can't compare. With what was happening then to what's happening now because it's very different. It's very different. Almost all of the circumstances. But if you figure out what works for you and what works well for your partner, and even if that means, outside partners, that we're going into extra details. You have to figure out what works for you and your partner to make it the most successful. I think that we need to work on communication and understanding where each person is coming from. So I asked about clarification and what definitions are so that we have an understanding of where we're coming from, where we're starting from, so we can figure out where we're going. And once we get to that point, as opposed to comparing to other relationships and social media relationships and what we see couples, what we think couples are living their best lives in, that relationship goals is all trash. You have to figure
Just
out
like
what
love
works.
language.
Love languages are
Not
real
trash.
to me,
Not
but
trash
also
at all.
They're definitely real.
again,
Trash.
it really depends. You have
We need
to
another
to
episode.
have open communication with your partner so that you have understanding, so that
That is the
both
best.
of you plus can move forward. And I think I'm going to end it on that. Thank you to the
Ruby, that was
podcast.
A
Wow.
round of applause. Right
Yo.
That was really beautiful. We are not here to do what your mamas did or your grandmothers did, because what we have to do is look at our mothers and grandmothers and say, okay,
It's my
this
final
is what
thoughts.
I don't want to do. It's not your final I know that the jazzy final thoughts music is on, but I don't feel like you got to express enough of the woman's
We can
point
have
of
an
view.
after show, and we can record it too.
The after show is going to have to be another day.
I just
an
wait.
old lady.
I'm 40.
Wumi, you ain't got no job.
Wumi has.
You ain't got no
87
job,
jobs.
Wumi.
She's got a lot of jobs.
But that's fine.
Oh, I
What's your
forgot.
final thoughts?
She's got a lot of
What are your
jobs.
final
I thought you was.
What are your
Jamaican.
final thoughts? I can't do this with you.
You got to do it. You came over here.
Okay, all right, listen. So first off, I want to do
right
this.
into it.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to give a shout out to everybody tonight. This was some extraordinary commentary. Real quick, I'm real proud of Woo. Woo. First of all, the glasses are fabulous.
Okay.
They are.
Immaculate.
They are. They're offset with the green. I like it.
Okay.
It's
Thank
like,
you.
who are you to tell me what to do?
All right.
I like it.
I just want to see, but thank you for that.
Cosby Digital. Once again, your commentary has been exceptional.
You got there.
Mr. Cocktails for me.
Shout out to Chrissy.
Charismatic
Zenbe.
Creations. Zenbe. Because I'm soft and I smell good, bitch.
Lay off the Chardonnay, man. I think you're a tequila person.
You know, she keeps talking to me about tequila.
I
because
think you
y'all-
are.
Y'all live in
I
Tulum.
only drink tequila in Mexico because the wine is disgusting.
I think you've outdone the wine.
Should have had this mezcal.
So is that what you have to say about my contribution to the dialogue this evening?
No,
He's just talking shit.
that's what I do. So look, so first of all,
You are
like I
wasting
said,
this good Final Thoughts music.
don't worry, it's on repeat all day. So look, I could literally do this all day, but nah. Yo, first of all, honestly, the first thing I think that needs to be settled is the 5 S's that you guys never let me do all night.
I feel like we've asked you to tell us stuff.
Well, you did, but it's all good.
He was too busy hitting the pipe.
Right.
Can put the pipe down.
So,
Fucking strawberry pipe.
5 S's. We got 2 of them. So just give us the 5 right now. Ready? Go.
So look, here are the 5 S's. Ladies, this is all you need to know. This is all you need to get out of this show. Respectfully to the rest of the people on the panel. The 5 S's. The first S is shape. Ladies, stay in shape. That's half the motherfucking battle. Stay in shape.
5 S's. Let's go. This one.
The second S,
Men, you don't have to worry about it. Just ladies.
the second S is sex.
3rd S.
Hold on, please.
No, we're not going into details. These
Hold
are
on, hold
final thoughts, God. Please.
Ma'am,
3rd S.
I did not interrupt your final thoughts.
Because I gave them.
They were very concise.
You don't get to say the time of the final thoughts. You just get to listen.
Okay.
Facts.
All right. I'm going to-
The second,
The third.
the
We're on
second S.
third.
Second S is sex.
The second S is sex.
You
Like I
already
said,
that.
sex is important, ladies. If your man's balls are drained before he leaves out the house, he's gonna come back in. They'll be full again by the time he gets back home, and you drain them again.
Hit the motherfucking bomb on that one.
The third S is silence.
Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this.
The third S is silence.
4th S.
Silencio por favor.
Cohen, don't
Stay in shape.
agree with
Give
that.
him sex. After the nigga busted nut, he don't want to hear your fucking mouth.
4th S.
Silence.
4th S.
What's the 4th S?
The fourth S is sustenance. Cook every once in a while, make a nigga a sandwich.
Every once in a while.
Try to do it every day, but I
What
get
is
it.
the 5th S so you can get out of my house? This is poison in my home.
The fifth S is suggestions. Don't tell me what to do. Cause I don't want to hear that shit. But if you got a good motherfucking suggestion,
Feel free to step to the
if you
floor.
got a good suggestion,
Feel free.
put that motherfucker in the box
Feel free.
and I'll get to it.
Feel free.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Straight Talk No Chase.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. We'll come back next time.
We'll get to you when we get to you.
Yeah.
I got my house.